Hey guys, it's the Baka Gaijin show. I'm Zeke Freak, lovable rascal, co-host, yada yada. With me, usually, my inlet co-host, Kevin Faulkner.
I'm an inlet?
You're the small arm of a sea, lake, or river, yes.
I'm yay?
hmm You're where people's disembodied feet wash up after months of missing persons reports.
I'm honored. I have no
Mhm.
idea what to make of that one.
You, you should. You're a you're a large body of weirdo that collects disembodied feet, Kevin. How does that make you feel?
Oh god.
Well, because the thing is, like, the foot doesn't decompose super well when it's inside a shoe,
Yeah.
and a lot of people go missing with their shoes on.
God, am I like God, am I the weird Yoshikage Kira? See, he collects
Inverted.
hands.
Yeah. I see. I see what you're saying. Not a lot of people go missing with gloves on. So we gotta change that. We gotta normalize wearing gloves at all times. What do you think about that?
I like that idea because wearing gloves, especially fingerless gloves,
Right.
looks cool.
Well, don't you think Kiddo would be a little disappointed with fingerless hands, though?
Oh god, yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. I mean, what is just a palm? Just a pork cutlet of a thing.
Pork cutlet. Oh my god. Woo!
I take it back. This intro is better than the last intro we did.
So,
But that's the Baka Gaijin experience. We're constantly one-upping ourselves.
it's evolving, it's constantly changing. It's
We're
unique
transcending
every
the
time.
limits. Well, let's not set too high a bar for ourselves. Some days I just don't give a shit.
Yeah, true.
It's true. Do you give a shit today? Is that a thing that happens?
I give maybe half a shit.
Well, that is deeply unsanitary, but I'll take it.
3/4 of a shit if we're lucky.
I don't know why more germs would make us more lucky, but okay.
It's whatever, you know. It's the turn of phrase.
Yeah. I don't understand, Kevin. Why do we say take a shit when we mean to give a shit?
But why do we say give a shit though?
God damn, that's a good point too. What is language even?
Human beings, especially people. No, this goes for other languages too. Like people just come up with the weirdest idioms.
Yeah, it's like we said a few episodes ago about the Caesar salad. It's kind of weird that he fucked Cleopatra and now we just call that a salad for all time.
Yep. Sure, let's go with that.
History is full of things like this, some random bullshit. You know, we live and die by the meme, Kevin.
Do we?
Yes, we live and die by the meme.
Kamakura, yas, queen.
Clearly the most important contribution to popular culture that has ever been.
Yes. J. Michael Tatum, truly ahead of his time.
Yeah.
Man watched 5 episodes of The Big Bang Theory and said, I want to write like that.
Bazinga.
You can't tell me that if he had the chance, he would not. You can't tell me he wouldn't put Bazinga into a Danganronpa script.
Oh, he constantly puts Bazinga in his scripts. It's just they have one intern whose sole job is to edit out as many Bazingas as possible.
I fucking love like the friggin' meme edits where it's like a different word that's kind of like Bazinga, but it's not every time, like bazooper.
Yeah.
Bronchitis.
It's a very funny show. You can tell because they tell you when to laugh.
Man, that goes for a lot of sitcoms, but
Kevin, we should totally do an episode where we just have a laugh track. That'd be great.
oh god, that'd be too much. No, god, no. Don't give me that much work.
No, we'll get someone else to do it. I don't fucking
Oh,
know.
okay. All right.
Or we'll get an algorithm to detect jokes. Let's see how that goes.
Reminds me of how like the new Cowboy Bebop Netflix show came out, and like the situational dialogue is so bad and just so cringeworthy that someone put a laugh track over it, and it automatically kind of made it better.
Oh, I gotta see that. I haven't seen that.
How else are we going to know when to laugh when Jet is talking about washing his feet in the toilet?
See, the problem is that laugh tracks are really good at making unfunny things funny. They're not great at accentuating actually funny things.
Yeah, it's like an ironic kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, ooh, they thought they were funny. Everyone laugh now.
God, that reminds me of my favorite one of my favorite YouTube poop edits is from a poop called The Fesh Prince of Blair.
Yeah.
And, based off of Fresh Prince, Carlton comes in and is like, hey, Will, guess what I'm going to get Dad for his birthday? And Will Smith is like, Pizza Hut in a garage? And the scene is edited so that, like, Carlton starts talking, but the laugh track just overtakes him entirely.
Yeah. That's funny.
God.
Having you describe a YouTube poop to me makes me think, as humans, we started telling stories around the fire and whatnot. And I'm just imagining, like, medieval peasants trying to describe YouTube poops.
Let me tell you about this one time that Shinedown talk about things on a cliff.
And then the omniscient voices started laughing at him, but it was funny because they were laughing louder than he was talking. Jesse, what the fuck are you talking about?
That's not even the dialogue for the scene, though.
I know.
That's the best
It's funny.
part of that meme.
You can just put captions on a screenshot and people will believe it.
Jesse, what the fuck are you talking about?
Cowboy Bebop is a forerunner in that department.
See, it's blackmail because Jet is black and he is male. God, I hate that show.
It's clever. It's
not
clever.
the anime. No, it's not.
It's very clever.
It's bad.
Somebody thought they were.
Oh yeah, they were clearly writing that like, I felt good about this. This is gonna be so funny.
Everyone will love it.
Zing.
Bazinga.
Bazinga. Christ.
I saw under the Multiversus announcement, the first comment was, "Can you add Sheldon Cooper from Big Bang Theory?"
I mean, oh god, can
Well, clearly not. His power would be too much.
Yeah.
He just Bazinga everyone off the stage.
Just points to someone, Bazinga.
They just dubstep glitch out of existence. Yeah.
No, every time he says Bazinga, there's a Vine Boom sound effect.
Yeah. Fucking Sheldon mains, OP.
It's the only thing that can stand up against Ultra Instinct Shaggy.
You can't nerf Sheldon because you just give a 5-hour monologue about why nerfing him would be illogical.
And then they'd bring up like 5 different 80s cartoons that you only half remember.
This reminds me of Samurai Pizza Cats.
Oh god.
It doesn't, but I felt the need to say that.
This reminds
Bazinga!
Bazinga! So, Zeke.
Yes?
Question.
What?
What have you been up to?
Well, clearly binging every season of Big Bang Theory, obviously.
That's it. Podcast over. We're done. Nope. We're stopping now. We're stopping.
Well, we are nerds, Kevin. It was made for us, right? It was made for us and not other people to laugh at us.
I mean, it's made for nerds in theory. Hence the Big Bang Theory, not the Big Bang proof, I guess.
Bazinga.
Okay. No, seriously, what you been doing, buddy?
Video games when I'm not hacking up a lung.
Which games?
Well, I since last episode, I went through and beat Bloodstained Ritual of the Night.
Oh, nice. How is that? Like, did you play the PS4 version, I assume?
Yes, on my PS5 through backwards compatibility at a smooth, locked 60 FPS.
God, I remember when the PS4 Pro version was actually, like, the worst performing version of the game next to, like, the Nintendo Switch. Because, like, it would be 60 FPS, but then it would have, like, random drops down to, like, 15 FPS.
Yeah, programming's a weird thing.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. And, no, it's basically just locked 60 on PS5, although it is still 1080p, which is... You can really... When you're playing 1080p games on a system that normally does 4K or upscaled 4K, you can really tell the difference.
Yeah.
Looks significantly fuzzier. But, no, it was fun. I enjoyed it.
Nice.
It's a little stiff because they're trying to replicate like Symphony of the Night controls in 3D, which can dev stop doing that. You can't really replicate. There's something about the game feel. You can't really replicate 2D controls in 3D. It doesn't really work.
Yeah. I mean,
you get used to it, but it's just strange.
It depends on the game.
Yeah.
Because, like, Mega Man 11 is a 2.5D game, but that's pretty spot on.
Right.
Like it feels like, you know, it feels the way that the original Mega Man games controlled.
Yes, I see. Yeah, Bloodstained was fun. It was a fun romp, I suppose. I feel like it's a good starting point for a better sequel, perhaps. Like it has a great foundation. You can kind of just see throughout that its lack of budget kind of shows in places.
Yeah, that's
which is a weird thing to say, considering at one point it was the most successful Kickstarter of all time.
Yeah, it was, but even then, it's only like $4 million or something, which in game terms isn't a terribly huge budget, actually.
Yeah.
Then again, there have been games made on lower budgets, like fucking A Hat in Time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Le Hollow Knight.
Hollow Knight's a really good example of that, actually, yeah.
Yeah, Hollow Knight had that was a successful Kickstarter, but it wasn't like a blowed up, it didn't like blow up like a lot of them did, though.
Yeah, it didn't blow up like Mighty Number 9, thank God.
Yeah, let's see.
$3.5 million.
For Mighty Number 9.
Yeah.
Mean. Hold on, I gotta convert Australian currency.
I have to convert this currency. Be right back.
Yeah, they all. No, okay, that was the. I think that was the goal, but hold on. You keep talking. I'm gonna look up what the Kickstarter campaign was. I actually don't remember offhand.
Yeah. I mean, what am I going to talk about? How Mighty Number 9 is disappointing? Everybody knows that.
You're going to cry like an anime fan on prom night.
I was crying like an anime fan on prom night. That's the thing! They were right in all the wrong ways!
Yeah, on Kickstarter at least, and I know they had like Slacker backers and other forms of funding and whatever, but like on Kickstarter, Hollow Knight only raised like $41,000.
Did it? Wow, that is really low. Actually.
Yeah.
Holy shit. And it ended up being like the best Metroidvania of the last decade. What the fuck?
Yeah. In fact, if you look at the campaign page, it's still up because they never delete those. You know, like half the stretch goals were not met. Although they did include some stuff that, like, they didn't actually meet the stretch goal for the Coliseum of Fools, but they threw it in there anyway.
Because they wanted to. Fuck it.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what? We got time.
We also never got that Vita port.
To be fair, I'm not sure how the game would even run on Vita.
That's true. Also, yeah, I mean, they met the Wii U fucking port, and then they were like, actually, that sucks. Let's do a Switch port instead.
The same thing happened with Yooka-Laylee. Like, they were working on a Wii U version of Yooka-Laylee.
Same thing happened with Bloodstained. It's all of them.
But then the Wii U fucking bombed and was being discontinued. They're like, fuck it, we're putting it over to Switch. The thing is, typically when developers do that, like, they're like, we can't put it on this system, but we're going to put it on a different system, a lot of people typically complain.
Right.
But in the case of these games that got, like, their development switched from Wii U to Switch, not a lot of people actually complained.
Yeah.
It's just like, how could you do this? I've been a Wii U owner this entire time, and I specifically wanted the Wii U version. But in these cases, everyone's just like, yeah, I was gonna get a Switch anyway, sure.
Yeah. Sure, why not? Waka waka.
And in every case, I feel like porting it over to Switch was the better option.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Because, like, the thing is, Yooka-Laylee on Switch it's actually a really good port. But it runs at, like, 900p when docked, and it had to have, like, a number of like, visual downgrades. Like, the water isn't as nice, and, like, there's less foliage and shit like that. But, like, it makes you wonder how much would they have to cut out visually just to get Yooka-Laylee running on fucking Wii U, of all things.
Who knows?
And
that's a timeline we live in.
And Bloodstained didn't even run well on Switch at first.
Yeah. Even now, it's not a great version.
It's fine. It's stable. But, like, it's far from the ideal version. Like, you're better off getting something on, like, PS4 or PC.
Yeah.
That said, Switch does have a good version of Circle of the Moon, but that's like an 8-bit version. That's like an 8-bit version based on, like, classic Vanias.
Curse of the Moon.
What did I say?
You said Circle of the Moon. That's an actual Castlevania
Okay, yeah,
game.
that's a different You're gonna have to forgive me because, like, Bloodstained is basically Castlevania with the serial numbers filed off.
Shh, we're not supposed to say that.
Everybody knows.
Except lawyers. They don't know. They don't know nothing.
We resemble butter legally distinct from the Lollipop Guild. God.
Yeah.
YouTube actually recommended me the ending to Luck of the Fryish the other day.
I saw that, I heard that, felt that.
I cry every time.
Indeed.
We've talked about it before, but, like, damn, Futurama's so goddamn good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I can't think of another, like, adult animated show that balances, like, comedy and drama while having, like, overarching character arcs, but, like, also having a status quo, but things gradually change. And, like, it's just this weird, like, thing.
Red versus Blue.
Okay, 2. There's 2. But, like...
I mean, Disenchanted is the same thing, although it's even more,
Disenchanted is a little more serialized, though.
Yeah. That's a good thing.
I don't know. I tried watching Disenchanted, and, like, I don't know. It doesn't feel as snappy as Futurama does.
It doesn't. It's, for me, it's got, like, that kind of, lazy Sunday fucking I'm gonna sit on the couch and watch 8 hours of regular show sort of feeling.
So it's more like The Simpsons.
I don't know, I've never seen The Simpsons.
I've
seen the movie.
Yeah, the movie was pretty good.
Yeah, I saw the movie on, like, a few scattered episodes, and I just didn't grow up with it and commit to it.
Me neither. But Futurama.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Which was a shame because my fucking history teacher was constantly making Simpsons references I didn't get, and everyone else would laugh, and I'd be like, "Aha!"
Yeah, that happened with me, because, like, all the kids in my class loved The Simpsons in middle school, and everyone grew up with The Simpsons, and I'm like, I don't know what any of y'all are talking about.
What the hell's a simpy dimpy?
And, like, my teacher tried to play, like, a couple episodes of The Simpsons in, like, I think, English class or social studies or something? I don't know.
Yeah.
It was something for a grade. And I was just watching the episode just being like, I don't get it.
It'd be weird. It'd be great if it was a cross promotion. It was a Simpsons episode guest starring Bill Nye.
Wow, wow, come to think of it, for all of the, like, literal hundreds of celebrity guest stars that they've had on The Simpsons, they haven't had Bill Nye.
I think he's a little bitter about that.
He might be. They got Stephen Hawking multiple times, though.
It's true, it's true. Although, to be fair, did they really? I feel like it would be easy to fake.
No, because Stephen Hawking's vocal processing thing is something that was developed specifically for him, and he has the right to... he has the right to he had, anyway, the right to legally sue anybody who tried to, like, perfectly replicate it or anything like that, or, like, yeah. It was specifically made for him, so there was only one kind of, voice synthesizer like him, like his in the world.
Imagine trademarking your own voice.
He kind of did, though.
So extra.
And that's why we like Stephen Hawking. Because he was that extra. He would literally just go to scientific, like, research conventions, run over people's feet with his wheelchair, and then pretend like he didn't see them. When the entire time he totally did it on purpose, but nobody could get mad at him because it's Stephen Hawking and he's a goddamn wheelchair.
That's exactly correct.
Is there a reality where I'm as smart as you? Yes. There is also a reality where you are funny. God.
Oh yeah, his cameos in Futurama were also pretty gold.
I want to call it the Hawking hole. Jeez.
Crisis of the Earth and the much more popular and successful Harry Potter and the Crisis of the Earth.
Good shit.
We need to save the planet from environmental destruction and also dark wizards.
Wasn't there actually like a dark wizard in the audience?
Yeah, it's like
Anything else you've been up to?
You fucking know it,
yeah,
bitch. Yeah.
You've been doing things.
So I beat Bloodstained, and then I've kind of just been bouncing all over the fucking place because I bought the Crisis Remastered trilogy on sale, and I've played a few levels of Crisis 1.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's alright. It's a bit... my biggest complaint is that you move when you're not sprinting, you move so fucking slowly in that game.
Yeah, I noticed that with gameplay. I've never played Crisis, but I noticed that in gameplay videos, is that, like, your walking speed is basically a crawl.
Yeah, it's very weird.
And to get anywhere in the game, you need to sprint.
Yeah, which takes energy. But yeah, having fun with that. And then I also bought Ion Fury because they put out the 2.0 patch, and the Aftershock expansion comes out next year. I've played a few levels of that. And then the Black Friday sales happened on PSN. And the Black Friday sale is like super stingy this year.
Yeah, I noticed. Because, like, isn't it only like 20 to 30% off for, like, most games?
Well, it's a range as always, but like the big ticket items are not as... Someone on Reddit was like, there certainly are discounts, there certainly are sales on a lot of great games here, but the discounts aren't really that great. A lot of the big ticket items are like 20%, 25%, 30% off. And some of them are starting from the higher $70 base. So like, you know, I told you over DM that like Rift Apart is on sale for like $50.
Yeah, which technically speaking, that's a good discount because it's like $70, but
Yeah.
also it's still 50, which is a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was telling you, and this is a rant too good to pass up, which is that I'm still pissed off because they discounted Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut, but they did not discount the upgrade for PS4 version owners. So the way it works normally is that I'd have to pay $20 for the Iki Island expansion in the Director's Cut upgrade, and then $10 for the PS5 version upgrade. So $30. But now the Director's Cut is on sale for $30. So it's like it's not even on sale to me.
What? So what? The fuck?
Yeah, so it's like so like to PS4, if you're looking to upgrade from the PS4 version, it's basically not even on sale technically. And it just I I really want to play this game, but like now I feel like I feel like the $40 I spent on the original version doesn't even count anymore.
Good.
It's like no, didn't happen. Yeah. Now I'm just not playing it out of spite.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't Ghost of Tsushima supposed to be coming to PC or something?
I don't know, fucking probably.
Yeah, because like a lot of PlayStation exclusives are actually starting to come to PC.
Yeah.
Like fucking God of War is on PC now.
Crazy.
Fuck.
These times we live in. Yeah, there's a whole initiative, a whole thing about them.
Hey,
know?
better for me.
Better for people who want to edit Thomas the Tank Engine into things.
Oh god. Imagine you're just playing this highly detailed, like, Akira Kurosawa inspired Japanese folktale, and suddenly Thomas the Tank Engine comes and runs you over with the fucking Shining Time Station music playing.
It's gonna happen. I heard a mashup the other day of the Thomas the Tank Engine theme mixed with I Write Sins Not Tragedies, and the top comment was literally like, "This is what being high feels and sounds like." I'll have to link that later.
God, that reminds me of like. That also reminds me of like a Siva Gunner mashup where he did like this big collaboration with a bunch of other like shitpost music people.
Sure.
Where it was like Great Days, but you know, this series. And someone actually did a full version of Great Days, but it's Undertale.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I should send that to you. It's good.
Yeah. So I played anyway, the sales. So I bought a few things. I hate to be a stan, but I'm about to seem like a major stan right now.
Oh lord, I'm about to simp.
Yeah, because I bought the Miles Morales Deluxe Edition that comes with the remaster of the first game and all its DLC, which I didn't actually. The reason I bought it is because I didn't actually own Spider-Man 2018, because my brother bought when I played it back in 2018. My brother bought it.
Okay.
And I was playing it because the PS4 is this thing where like if the multiple accounts and like you can kind of access each other's libraries if you're on the same physical system or whatever. So I was playing Spider-Man that way because my brother bought it, but I never actually owned it. So, and I never went through the DLC. So I figured, okay, I'll get the remaster and the DLC. This will be a fun thing to replay in 4K HDR 60 frames per second.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I've been playing. I actually last night and before this show started, I was playing Spider-Man. Man, I love that game.
So I've seen it's a really, really fun game.
Yeah, and it plays better than ever on PS5, and it's so smooth. I love it.
Yeah, because
the only thing I don't like is the new face. That's all. That's it, though.
Tom Holland looking ass.
Yeah, there's one photo because they had to edit all the in-universe photos that he's in too with the new face, and there's one photo where like it's really fucking off because the way they position, like his neck looks fucking huge.
Yeah, because he got like this tiny ass fucking head now.
Yeah, you get used to it, but like the game plays better than ever now.
Well, you see, we changed his face to better match Yuri Lowenthal's performance.
Yeah. And also from the indie sale, I also bought Effie, the 3D platformer throwback, and Snake Pass, the 3D platformer throwback, but with Snake.
But with Snake.
Yeah, and then Luminous Remastered, because it was like $4. Why not? Like me some Luminous.
Who doesn't like them some Luminous?
Do you even know what Luminous is?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I know
Luminous. Luminous.
Luminous.
No. The future is still within the past. Time moves slow and time moves fast. It's a song.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I actually was playing some fucking a few days ago when my power went out for some reason all night. I just loaded up Luminous Electronic Symphony on my Vita and played Luminous for a while.
Nice.
Yeah, apparently that's the only Luminous game I've really ever actually gotten into, because it was on Vita and I had a Vita, so it's a whole thing. But apparently it's not like one of the more well regarded ones.
Yeah, I've noticed some like people. If there's one thing I know about Luminous, it's that Luminous fans have very strong opinions on Luminous.
Yeah, well, I mean, like fans of anything have strong opinions on anything, unless they're not. Because if they weren't fans, they wouldn't give a shit. So yeah, there you go. There's logic, reason.
God, it reminds me of how like you and Saradin are both like really big fans of DMC Devil May Cry. But like,
I am.
I mean, you said you liked it.
Oh, DMC.
Yeah, DMC.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
That's why I said DMC Devil May Cry instead of just Devil May Cry.
Well, yeah, you should have just called it DMC.
Okay, yeah. And the reason why y'all like the game so much is partially because you've never played the other one.
Yeah. I played a few levels of DMC 1 on PS3. I just didn't finish it.
But were you the one who wanted to fill her soul with light?
I never got to that part, I'll tell you that.
Right, yeah.
Also, is that from DMC? I thought that was from Painkiller.
No, that's DMC 1.
I think Painkiller is a very similar scene, but I'd have to look that up.
It might. I don't know.
I don't remember.
I don't even know. I don't know enough to remember.
Brain empty. No thoughts.
Begone, thought.
Yeah. Also, my Death's Door pre-order unlocks in like 3 days. So it's a whole bunch of stuff, a whole bunch of games, a whole bunch of the playing and whatnot. I don't even know what I'm gonna do anymore. Chart's a fucking mess. I'm probably not gonna match up to last year's count or anything.
Yeah, considering we only have like a month and a half left in the year.
Yeah, and I'm just juggling so many things because I don't know. Variety is the spice of life, Kevin.
It is.
The other spice of life is coriander.
Yeah. The ultimate.
Although I couldn't
spice.
name a single thing it goes on to. Actually, no. The ultimate spice is allspice. I'm assuming by its name. That's a very pompous name, allspice.
Well, according to Dune, the ultimate spice is just spice.
Right. I really love the world building detail. I know very little about Dune, but one thing I do know is that apparently, like, the part of the reason spice is so valuable is because interstellar travel requires you to get so fucking high off your shit that you premeditate navigation.
I fucking love that.
It's great.
It's
fantastic world building.
One of the benefits of the new Dune movie is that there's a whole slew of new Dune memes.
Yeah.
I think my favorite is just the war on drugs versus war on drugs.
Yeah. I'm waiting until part 2 is out, and then they put out the fucking 1+2 cut director's edition, extended version, ultra plus max Delaware smash edition.
Now with Dolby Vision.
Baconator edition. Kaioken times 10 quintillion.
Dune Baconator edition.
I'm getting Nathan Drake running away carrying Subway flashbacks.
I would say Dune released the Spice Edition, but released the Spice is a totally different thing.
Oh right, that's the anime.
The Animu, yeah.
Yeah, about the spies.
Man, these days
Yeah.
that's a deep cut.
There's a lot of those, yeah.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
Man, Release the Spice apparently was a forerunner in some ways. Yeah, but I'm waiting until like the Dune adaptation is like finished, because it's so dense. I don't want to go into it piecemeal.
Yeah, it's gonna take a couple of years, but it'll probably be worth it.
Yeah. Also, I hate theaters and live music.
You've mentioned you've made it known.
So yeah. Also, I want to stipulate that replaying things counts for the chart, because if it didn't, I would have no motivation to replay anything ever.
Yeah.
So, but it's also it's been 3 years at this point, so Spider-Man feels fresh again to me. Maybe I think the trophy lists are separate, so maybe I'll just platinum it a second time.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, I've been going through it would be a good opportunity for me to tell you what I've been up to.
Oh, right. I'm supposed to care about that.
Yeah.
Go on.
I have things too.
Okay, fine. Go ahead.
So, so this past week, Halo Infinite dropped early.
I noticed it was trending on Twitter.com.
Yeah, well, for a while it was.
Yeah.
You can tell it was a big deal because the second that it was announced, on Twitter, the trends included things such as "they did it" and those madmen and stuff like that.
The funny thing is, whenever something vague like that trends, you look at it, and it's always like a million different things that are causing it.
Yeah, but in this case, it was specifically Halo.
I don't know. I went through like 30 tweets and I didn't see any Halo, so it was a lot of shit.
I guess.
Or maybe it starts something and then it just picks up every other tweet that uses those words.
Right, yeah.
It just melds into a big pot of what the fuck is happening.
Yeah.
Man, Twitter's a great website that's very functional.
So yeah, I've been playing Halo Infinite lately. I got like 20 hours on the game now already.
I mean, that's nothing compared to, Infinity.
Infinity? Yeah. Okay, yeah, okay. God, that took me a fucking second.
How did you not get that?
I'm sorry. Wow.
God.
All right, that's it. Episode canceled.
I'm disappointed in you, my son.
I'm disappointed in me. You don't need to be the voice of God to tell me that I'm a disappointment.
Okay. Well, he compelled me to do so,
Right.
Yeah.
That said, Halo Infinite's really damn good.
Yeah.
God. So I've been playing a lot of Halo MCC the last few months. You can tell because I played it 10 times more than the highest rated, the second, if you look at my Steam games on my profile on Steam, I have played 177 hours of Halo the Master Chief Collection, and right below that is 13 hours of Valhalla. I have been playing a lot of Halo. And I really dig Infinite because from what I understand, in some ways it's kind of a cross between the multiplayer of Halo 3, 4, and 5 with a little bit of Reach.
Fusion.
Yeah, cause
I mean, at that point, you can just say it's the culmination of the best aspects of the entire series.
It kind of is, though. It really is, because it takes.
Yeah, you should describe it that way.
Yeah, because it takes a lot of the speed and precision of, the speed and the snappy precision gameplay of Halo 4 and 5. It has a couple of the extra maneuverability options of Halo 5, clamber and sprint.
Right.
You weren't able to do that in previous games. If you missed a ledge, you missed a fucking ledge.
Back in my day, if we missed a ledge, we missed the fucking ledge. None of this auto-grab bullshit. Damn spoiled brats and their auto-ledge grabbing.
But like, I'm really digging the way that Halo Infinite plays, and the biggest upgrade this game has on the rest of the series is that they finally made the AR genuinely good.
Ah, the augmented reality.
No, the assault rifle.
Only Halo fans call that an AR. I just want you to know that.
I know. The thing is, like, it's not that the AR has been consistently bad. It's just that
it's been inconsistently good.
Exactly. And the best version of the AR, typically how AR fights go in Halo is you and an enemy lock onto each other, start firing at each other, run towards each other at Mach speed, and then punch each other dead.
Yeah.
That is typically how a firefight with an AR goes. Not really the same way in Infinite, because they dramatically boosted the DPS on it.
Yeah.
And it actually has much higher accuracy now. Like, it used to just be like a bullet hose with like a crazy amount of spread.
I love that phrase, bullet hose.
It describes the AR perfectly in most Halo games.
Oh, what, is it too hard to get the hose?
Good reference.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not going to talk about Halo too much because, you know.
Yeah, or Halo 3, or Halo 4, or Halo Infinite. You know, none of those.
But yeah, like, I've been really enjoying the way Halo Infinite plays, and yeah, I do still need to go back to MCC because I need to finish ODST Reach and 4.
Yes.
Like the campaigns. But
More,
like,
yes.
But like right now, I am knee deep in Infinite, and I am loving it. So, the day that Halo Infinite came out, I also went to see Castle in the Sky in theaters because Fathom Events is doing their Ghibli Fest.
You had to tear yourself away.
I kind of did, because I was like, I'm already planning on seeing this movie today. I need to get out of the house.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
It's really just an excuse to get out of the house. That said, man, sometimes I forget how much a really nice theater with a really nice screen and a really nice sound system can actually elevate a movie.
No, he's going on about theaters again.
I am. Fuck you. But
feel free to take your bathroom break now, people.
Nah, but like, watching Castle in the Sky in a theater was a hell of a lot of fun. I decided to watch it in Japanese because I'm not the biggest fan of the dub for that one.
Yeah.
There are elements of the dub that I do like they redid the score.
Right.
Like, the original score for the movie was like 40 minutes long and done on a synthesizer. But for the English dub, Disney recommissioned Joe Hisaishi to redo the score. And the English dub has like a 90-minute musical score done with like a 30-piece orchestra.
Damn, that's a lot of pieces, I think.
Yes,
I don't know anything about orchestras.
But like, I prefer the Japanese version overall, but my ideal version of Castle in the Sky is basically the Japanese dialogue with the English dub soundtrack.
Right.
Which, that version doesn't exist, but I wish it did.
I'm sure somebody could edit that, maybe.
Oh, I'm sure. But, yeah,
like people, you know, it's kind of like how people edit Kai to have the Falconer score.
Yeah. Oh, God. See, that's the worst version of Kai.
I don't know. Sounds like a good time to me. Do you really want to get into that debate for like the 8th time in the history of this podcast?
No, I don't.
Yeah. Yeah, you shut your mouth, you whore.
You shut your mouth! You brought it up!
Because it was relevant to the conversation.
Yeah, but it opens up a whole ass can of worms.
So? That's what the fish like!
What fucking fish?
The fish of the audience, Kevin.
I know, I
It's,
know.
it's all a metaphor. Also, that's a weird thing when you think about it, because it's like, why would fish be attracted to worms? They're not like worms are not natural prey of fish. Like, they don't exist in the same ecosystem. That's weird now that I think about it.
Well, in the words of
how would a fish look at that and recognize it as food? Is my question.
Well, in the words of Max Rockatansky, that's bait.
I don't know who that is, but
Mad
he sounds
Max.
very wise.
Mad Max.
Oh. Mad Max said that's bait?
Yeah.
Oh, the GIF.
Yeah, the GIF, yeah, that's Mad Max.
Oh, I thought he was just referencing like the existing 4chan culture.
No, that came before the 4chan culture, but no, wait, no, that came afterward. Was it a reference?
Yeah, that's a Fury Road GIF. I can tell by how colorful it is.
Man, Fury Road is the most colorful apocalypse movie ever made.
Yeah, it inspired a lot. That's why Rage 2 has all the pink smoke.
I do recommend watching Fury Road. That's a good movie.
Far Cry New Dawn also has pink smoke. Man, Far Cry New Dawn... I'm sorry. Wow, Mad Max Fury Road, despite not having a lot of pink smoke, sure introduced a lot of pink smoke into the world.
It kind of did.
That's a weird thing.
I feel like it's a combination of that and Borderlands.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Borderlands was colorful before Fury Road.
Yeah, but I feel like the combined aesthetic influence of both of those kind of made a ripple effect going forward.
God, I fucking love Borderlands aesthetic because it's like a colorful apocalypse sort of, well, even though it's not, but it's also a space western, and it's got some sort of Halo tech vibes to it. God, I just fucking love Borderlands so much.
Good shit.
Yeah,
it is a really nice looking series. I will give it that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and obviously goes without saying, the comic book aesthetic and design and whatnot.
Oh yeah.
Did you know, like, that was a decision they made really late into production?
So you've told me, like, apparently Borderlands 1 was supposed to be, like, photorealistic originally?
Yeah, it was going to be another Real as Brown shooter for, like, a large part of its development, and then at the very, like, near the very end, they were like, what if we made it look like a comic book?
Hey, it was better for it.
I hope whoever said that got a raise.
That said, I actually have plans.
Yeah?
I do.
Don't we all?
So, you know that I have HBO Max, and the only reason you know that is because I let you leech off of my HBO Max subscription.
Okay, you say, let me leech. I say, you have the privilege of hosting me.
You know what? We'll go with that. Mm-hmm. I like it.
The conscientious high-class parasite, indeed.
But yeah, because there's going to be a new Matrix movie coming out at the end of next month, December.
Which is a mind-boggling fact, but go on.
Yeah, we're getting a fourth Matrix. What the fuck?
The funny thing is, like, I feel like there's been, like, a weird lack of promotion about it until, like, just now.
Yeah, that's been consistent throughout, like, a lot of the pandemic, though. Like, a lot of big movies don't get really pushed until, like, a month or two before their release.
Maybe that's a good thing.
It might be, yeah.
Thank you, COVID.
They're doing the Nintendo thing where they advertise the games when they're ready. But yeah, there's a new Matrix coming out, and I recently rewatched the first Matrix.
Ah, the good one.
Yeah, so I actually want to, before Matrix Resurrections comes out, I want to actually watch, or rewatch rather, Matrix Reloaded, Matrix Revolutions, and Animatrix.
Yes. And you're also going to play Path of Neo for the PlayStation 2.
I wish. Actually, no, I don't, because I understand that game blows. But
no, what are you talking about? It's a cult classic.
Certified hood classic.
It's either that or the other one. One of those two Matrix games is
Yeah.
something of a cult classic. I forget which one.
Yeah, one of those fucking things. But
I just love the one where they interrupt it. Where like, look, the movie's climax was like super like thematic based and not like appropriate for a video game. So instead, here's a giant smith. Here's a video game ass final boss for you because that's more fitting than the like thematic fucking allegory the film was going for.
Mr. Anderson.
They literally stopped the game just so the Wachowskis can tell you that.
That's fucking amazing. I love that. The balls on those people.
Or the lack of balls.
Maybe. But
recently.
Yeah. But yeah, I've been wanting to do that. And speaking of the Wachowskis,
yeah,
I was searching through HBO Max the other night.
Yes.
Guess what's on HBO Max, bitch?
Bazinga?
Speed Racer.
Okay.
Yeah, they actually put Speed Racer on there. Finally. God.
I was going to say something clever, but I couldn't think of any other fucking Wachowski films, so I just said, yeah, just default to Bazinga.
Jupiter Ascending is right there!
Nobody likes that one.
Exactly! And that's why it would have been funny.
Funnier than Bazinga, Kevin? Look, if one of the most successful sitcoms of all time can fucking, I'm assuming, I don't know the data. It's been running for like 20 years, so I assume so.
It gets 10 million viewers per episode.
Per fucking second. I'm watching Big Bang Theory right now. Aren't we all? But like, if the most successful sitcom of all time can, make Bazinga funny, then Bazinga's always funny, Kevin.
Only in an ironic sense, man.
Well, we like iron here. It fuels my blood.
But yeah, I plan on rewatching the remaining Matrix movies.
Yes.
I also want to watch the good Scooby-Doo direct-to-video movies.
Right.
Because those are actually on HBO Max now.
Mm-hmm.
Legend of the Phantasaur and Moon Monster Madness.
Yeah, I tried to rent Moon Monster Madness from the library, but the DVD was fucked up. I think I showed you the picture. It was like the most fucked up DVD I've ever seen.
It was just like all scratches and there was like no reflective surface anymore. It was really bad.
It was almost matte. It was how scratched it was.
Yeah,
it was so unreflective. It didn't even look like a disc. Why? It was smudged to fuck. It was scratched to. Why is that still? Throw it out. That's not gonna play.
Yeah. But do you know what will play? HBO Max.
Yeah. It goes without saying.
Yeah. But yeah, I can actually bring up. Hold on. I have my Roku right here. I can bring up my HBO Max list. And I'm just going to list off all the shit that I put on my HBO Max list recently. Because it's like, this is the stuff that I want to rewatch at some point in the next 6 months.
Ah, you're in a watchy mood.
I am. Now, I wasn't...
Well, I mean, that's our dynamic, really. I mean, you're the watchy guy, I'm the play guy.
Yeah. I watch movies and TV shows sometimes. You play video games.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Matrix Reloaded, Matrix Evolutions, Animatrix Speed, with Keanu Reeves. The other classic Keanu Reeves movie.
Whoa.
Princess Mononoke, Police Story 1 and 2, those are Jackie Chan movies.
I know.
Blade Runner: The Final Cut and 2049.
Police Academy, that's not a Jackie Chan movie.
They actually have all 7 Police Academy movies on here.
There's 7 of them? I thought there were only like 4.
No, there are 7.
Damn, Eddie Murphy. What? Jeez.
I don't think he's even in most of them.
I was thinking of Beverly Hills Cop. That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, Beverly Hills Cop is like a different thing.
Yeah.
Batman versus Two-Face, which is like the sequel to like Return of the Caped Crusader with the late great Adam West.
Ah. Yeah.
Speed Racer, Batman: Mask of the Phantasm. The best Batman movie.
Never seen it.
See, it's not the best Batman movie, but it is the best movie about Batman.
Ah, a distinction.
Yes, you gotta make that distinction. Like, this is a movie about Batman, but there are also a lot of movies that are better than this, where Batman is just kind of there.
Right.
Scooby-Doo and Kiss Rock and Roll Mystery.
Obviously.
Scooby-Doo and Batman The Brave and the Bold. Scooby-Doo Mecha Mutt Menace. See, according to Jello Apocalypse, the dumber the title, the better the movie.
Yeah, of course.
Scooby-Doo Legend of the Phantasaur. Terrible title, awful title, great movie.
Scooby-Doo and the Cyber Chase. Catchy title. Intriguing. Bad movie.
Scooby-Doo Moon Monster Madness.
The best for no reason.
This is probably my favorite bad Scooby-Doo, title. Scooby-Doo Franken-Creepy.
Yeah, what the fuck is up with that?
That's such a horrible title. I love the description on this, too. Velma discovers she's inherited her great-great-uncle Dr. von Dinkelstein's castle in Transylvania, Pennsylvania.
Wow, that's the greatest thing ever.
When the gang persuades Velma to go claim her inheritance, the ghost of the castle blows up the mystery machine as a warning.
Don't make me shoot twice.
Everything about that sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Dr. von Dinkelstein from Transylvania, Pennsylvania.
You can just do whatever the fuck you want with Scooby-Doo, honestly.
You can. It's the best thing ever. Jeez. And then I got a bunch of old Japanese movies after that, like Akira Kurosawa stuff and shit like that. But
you still on your break from your 50 million fucking marathon hour of Godzilla?
Yeah, I spent an entire month, one whole month, watching almost nothing but Godzilla.
I know, you were infuriating to talk to.
Dude, I need a goddamn long-term break on that shit.
I understand.
Don't get
me wrong. I think everyone who knows you needs a break. I mean, it's true. You went so hard, other people need a break.
Don't get me wrong, I love Godzilla, but when you watch 15 Godzilla movies in a month, that's one movie every 2 days.
Every other day, yeah.
You kind of need to pump the brakes, really hard.
Yeah. Understandable.
I can't just dive into the Heisei series after that. I gotta just, I gotta get some space from my boy Goji.
Yeah. I understand.
Oh no, there goes Tokyo, go Godzilla. That's a whole song.
Yeah, I could tell by the fact you were singing.
But yeah, that's what I've been doing, and that's what I've been planning, and that's what I will be doing soon.
Ish.
I might actually start on Matrix Reloaded tonight.
Damn.
That would be a good idea.
Yeah, probably.
So, that's what I've been up to.
And together we're a little bit busy.
Just a bit. I mean, it's certainly a change of pace from me just being oh, I haven't been doing a whole lot lately, I've just been playing more Halo.
Yeah, you know what? I appreciate the effort, Kevin.
Effort, yes, I enjoy doing that occasionally.
The hustle, the grind.
Sigma male grind set.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Okay,
Kevin.
yeah, no.
I mean, you can't devalue the Sigma male grind set.
True, but I can aspire to it.
Yeah.
And we must all aspire to the Sigma male grind set.
Exactly. Reject women. Embrace whatever you want, I guess. That's the point.
Embrace Kino.
Yeah, Primo Kino. Man, I need to say that more often.
You should. It's a good phrase. I like it.
It's like my own personal Hakuna Matata.
It means good movies for the rest of your days. God.
That was great. I enjoyed that.
Thank you.
Well, Kevin, I think that's the segment.
I think that makes a good segment.
Yeah, we'll catch you in the next segment of the Baka Gaijin show. If we dare catch you changing off this video, we're gonna hunt you down.
Stay tuned.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Baka Gaijin show.
Christ!
I'm Zeke, he's Kevin. And our microphones just peaked.
Yeah, that's...
Probably.
I'm not fixing that in post. Fuck it.
Well, any excuse to not contribute, I guess, will be appreciated.
Look, I do enough editing, okay? I occasionally have to put images in. Images!
Yes, editors all the world over really feel for you, buddy.
It's a thankless job, but someone has to do it.
We understand.
So Zeke, buddy, pal, friend.
I am most of those things.
I just slapped my knee like 4 times and it hurt.
That sounds like a you problem.
It is. What we doing?
We are going Reddit diving. Kevin, would you like to start us off?
Oh, can I? Really?
You may.
I would love to.
Why don't you start us off with a piece of petty revenge?
Ah, we're starting off strong. Or wait, depends.
We're starting off petty, but you know.
Oh, I love the way that these are always phrased. Oh, you want to dump your rubbish in my bin? Good luck with that, buddy. And it's this picture of a chained down garbage can. Oh,
what's
man.
the story behind this?
Okay, so judging from their wording, they're probably British.
Probably British, yeah.
But I'm not going to try a British accent because I suck at it. Anyway.
No, maybe I should have read this one. It's too late now.
So I had a neighbor. So I had a new neighbor move in below me 2 months ago, and that was around the time I started to notice that my bins were almost always full when I would go to put my. Okay, I can't. Okay, I'll try it.
Okay.
So I had a new neighbor. Okay, never mind. Nope.
No. I liked what I heard.
So I had a new neighbor move in below me 2 months ago, and that was around the time I started to notice my bins were almost always full when I would go to put my rubbish in the bins, which was seriously annoying. Plus, he was dumping food waste into my blue recycling bin, and on more than one occasion, this led to me being forced to travel in a car to my parents' house to put my rubbish inside their huge communal bin because there was never any space in my own bins. Cue extreme frustration on a regular basis. So I did what any self-respecting British person would do. Yeah, I knew it, they're British. Who the hell says rubbish in bin?
And Q.
Q. And I promptly called up my private landlord to complain about this and to ask why they did not have a bin of their own. To which the person on the phone proceeded to explain that a few years back, someone living at the property below me had set fire to both of their bins, and neither they or my landlord had bothered to get them replaced, so when this new tenant moved in, he just found that he had no bins for his rubbish. Did he call the council to request some bins for himself? Did he knock on my door to at least have the courtesy of... Wow, the phrasing on this.
The courtesy?
Did he knock on my door to at least have the courtesy to ask if he can use my bins until he gets some of his own? No! He just decided to use my bins as if they were his own, and he just assumed I would tolerate this. How wrong he was. I'm gonna get British people in my If people,
I think it's great. I'm enjoying it.
So after my conversation with the people working at my landlord's office, they proceeded to send out letters to all the properties surrounding mine, because they apparently couldn't because they apparently couldn't directly accuse my neighbor below without proof it was him doing it, giving everyone a stern warning that they should use their own bins and not others, and that it was frowned upon. A week goes by and my bin is still being used by the buffoon living below me. Buffoon. The buffoon.
Yep.
So I ring them up again and ask what they are going to do, because the letter hasn't had any effect, and once again I still can't deposit my rubbish in my bin because it was full of someone else's crap again. You can tell they're getting mad because they didn't use the word rubbish again.
Exactly.
They just proceed to give me the runaround, and the long story short, they were all bark and no bite, and were not willing to get off their asses and fix the damn problem. I believe you mean arses?
Yeah.
So by
this person's really bad at being British.
I know. So by this point, it's been 2 months, and I am thoroughly fed up with this. So I decide to take action. I contact my dad, and we have a brainstorm and come up with a plan. Cue a drive to the local B&Q hardware store. What the fuck is a B&Q?
It's a hardware store, Kevin. They just told you.
Took a drive to the local B&Q hardware store to buy supplies and a drive to get his tools, and then back to my house to put the plan into action. We decide to cut a hole out of the top of the lid and in the side of the bin on both bins. And in the side of the bin on the... He's got weird, like... yeah, his punctuation's not great.
Yeah.
We put a thick, strong chain through the holes to secure the lids shut, and then bolted the chains together with a thick, strong padlock on both bins. Take that, annoying neighbor. Now he is someone else's problem, and I finally have space for my own rubbish in my own bin. Peace has been restored, and all is right in the world of bins. In the world of bins. I told this story to my sister, who laughed and thought what I did was overkill, but I disagree. What do you all think, lovely people of Reddit? Was my reaction a bit overboard, or was it justified? I believe it was a necessary action that had to be taken, and now I can rest assured my bins are safe once more. Here is a picture of the finished product. I'm rather impressed with how it turned out in the end, and it works beautifully as the lids are secured shut tightly. And yeah, at the top is like the picture of the secured bins.
Yep.
God.
Oh man, love it.
We need more extremely British Reddit posts.
yeah. More Brits. Go on Reddit, please, and complain about things. We love it.
Just don't forget to open the lock when the garbage truck passes by. Excuse me, I believe you mean the rubbish man.
The rubbish man.
They call it a bin man in the old country.
Ah, yes.
Better would be to just take the can and dump it on his front door so it falls into the house when he opens, or if the door opens out, he has to step through his own trash. A clever tearing of the bag wouldn't hurt either. Wow.
You clearly aren't Brit.
Jeez.
This is
I love this next
glorious.
person. Or just try knocking on their door and talking to them first, for fuck's sake. You see, he tried that, but it didn't work. So he had to take action.
Of course. His bins were all amok.
You can't have your bins all amok. Wow,
No,
saying that in an American accent sounded weird.
You can't have your bins all amok. It just doesn't work.
So, Zeke,
Yes.
do you have a story that you want to read?
Yeah, you know I do. I got some stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I got some things and some stuff.
Things and stuff.
Yeah, I'm just trying to decide which one.
There's so many.
So many to choose from. I'm gonna read this medium Tifu.
Ah, I love Tifus. We don't get enough of those around here.
Medium Tifu. Today I fucked up by losing my mind at all-you-can-eat sushi.
Oh god.
So, to preface this, I am a small 100-pound soaking wet female who just happens to love what?
Soaking wet?
Like
What?
perpetually, or
Girl, TMI.
can we have a separate post about that?
I am a soaking wet female. Who introduces themselves as a soaking wet female?
I am a 100-pound soaking wet female who just happens to love sushi.
I'm sorry, you're gonna have to give me a second.
With an introduction like that, you get your own Disney Channel original series.
New to Disney Channel, soaking wet female.
She's a small 100-pound soaking wet female who just happens to love sushi.
Goddamn. But one day, her life got turned upside down.
Yep. So, as a payday treat, I go to my local sushi restaurant for their all-you-can-eat dinner for $25.99.
Ooh, not bad.
That's $26 plus tax.
Yes.
I am stoked and immediately order 6 of all my favorites, about 36 pieces, and I am over the moon as I dig in. Halfway through, my lizard brain tells me, "This is clearly not enough. We require more."
Oh no.
So I do the stupid thing and order a second round of everything as well as 12 pieces of salmon sashimi, because that's a good idea. The second round comes and I get a little nervous. This is a lot more food than I realized. However, this restaurant will charge for uneaten food, so I do my best to scarf down the additional sushi, becoming more and more aware that a competitive eater I am not.
Girl,
Girl,
you're 100 pounds. Stop while you're ahead.
Not for long. Right. She continues, "Each roll is a stone rolling down into my already overwhelmed stomach. I peel the salmon off the last 4 rolls and hope the leftover rice won't count as uneaten food. The server clears the table and I drag myself from the booth and waddle painfully towards the till." The till? Huh. How was everything? Oh, just fine until I realized I left my self-control at home. I drive home feeling like a balloon about to pop. As I park and exit my car, I try to burp and throw up a tiny bit onto the sidewalk. That's not a good sign. I'm sweating, I can't sit down, my stomach is throbbing from overcapacity. I feel like I need to burp so I can crack a can of soda water and chug it through a straw. So I crack a can of soda water and chug it through a straw. For a moment, everything is so much worse, but I can feel it. But I can feel it building to something. The pressure is too much. Something has to give.
Oh God.
I dive for the toilet. When it's all over, my dinner is flushing away along with a bit of my self-respect, and my throat feels like I just made it go through a horror movie as the final girl.
Oh God.
I can't tell my family, as this will put their faith in my ability to take care of myself even further into doubt, so you lovely people may share in my shame. And in case you were wondering, no, it was not as good the way back up.
Yeah, I can't imagine. I have eaten too much. Okay, I haven't gotten that bad. I didn't order like fucking 36 pieces of sushi.
They ordered 60.
Oh God, and go ham. Like I did not do that. Thank the Lord, I have self-respect and self-control.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, sushi is surprisingly filling, actually. Like,
yeah.
like raw
Deceptively
fish.
So.
Deceptively, because it's raw fish and rice. And those two things together are very, very filling. I can only eat maybe like 6 or 10 pieces of nigiri sushi before I'm just like, nope, I'm done. No more, I'm gonna burst.
I love top comment. Today, food won. When Adam Richman eats.
God, that reminds me of that one time Adam Richman did like a fucking spicy food challenge.
Yeah.
But the restaurant people knew that he would be there. Like, they knew it was like this big TV thing. So they just coated his food in like extra like ghost pepper and habanero sauce, and like it almost fucking killed him.
Of course.
Like it.
Today
like, it literally almost killed him.
Today I fucked up by trying to assassinate Adam Richman. Medium fuck up. Of course.
Jeez. Yeah, I would say that this is about medium fuck up level.
Yeah.
On my own scale. So yeah.
Yeah. Kevin, would you like to read a tale from retail?
Oh, that's a new one.
From the subreddit Tales from Retail.
Tales
A place to
of
from
interest.
A place to exchange stories about your daily experiences in brick and mortar retail.
Oh, lovely. These are always fun because you get to see such a wide variety of just human stupidity and incompetence. That said, if the Reddit page will goddamn load for me, give it a hot second. There we go.
If it deans itself.
By After Guidance 6446, my bad. We are unprofessional and stupid because I can't return something that's not from our store.
Oh, Lord.
Ah, these people. They're always fun. I work in returns at a major department store. I've been doing it for 6.5 years, and I know most of the lookup tricks and ways to do a return. Last night I went on break and had a girl that I started training a month ago cover my break. I come back and she's doing a non-receipted return for a bunch of kids and juniors' clothes, but she's stuck on one. The tag is on it, luckily, because it's one that doesn't have a UPC in it, and when she scans it, the computer says UPC not found, which means it's probably not ours. She says, I can't find this on our website and it won't scan, so I don't know how to return it. The customer starts making rude comments because we are taking too long. I go and do a quick search online and no go. Hold on, need it. Nose itching. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Sorry about that.
All right.
I go to the back computer and look in our database with the UPC on the ticket and the style number, and I even drill down through brand and look in boys and girls departments since it was a size 18 to 20, and definitely not juniors as she claims. The lady, meanwhile, has forgotten her wallet for the return and doesn't have her phone or ID and went out to her car to get them. She comes back 5 minutes later and says, my mom bought them for me, but I lost the gift receipt, so I'll call her and ask for the receipt. Okay, I can look up all the UPCs on the receipt and see if this has an alternate UPC I'm not finding in my system. My mom can't find the receipt and she paid cash. Just give me what she paid for it. Coworker looks at me and I said, ma'am, I'm sorry, but I can't return something that our computer system has no record of selling. This UPC doesn't work in our computers, and I have no other way to look it up. She says, well, it says it's just $22, so give me that. Yeah, no. Then she calls her mom again and hangs up like 10 seconds later and says, my mom wants me to talk to a manager. Of course. If I can't get the fucking... If you can't get the retail worker to do something completely unreasonable, call the manager.
Yep. Karen and Karen Jr. on the hunt.
Mm-hmm. This woman is easily 50 years old!
Whoa! Might be an entire generational line of fucking Karens.
We found it. The Karen legacy.
This is their origin point.
This woman is easily 50 years old and still calling her mom if she even actually called anyone.
That is funny. That is really funny.
You should have them talk to her.
No,
Where am I?
It's like the SpongeBob episode with the chocolate where they go to the old lady. Is your mother home? It's like, Mom!
What is he selling?
It's just like this shriveled freaking worm in a chair.
Mom, they don't have the UPC code. What? They don't have the UPC code.
Where did you pee?
Oh my god, where was I? God damn it. I call for a manager and the manager asks, god damn it. The manager asks if I looked in the database and I said, yes, UPC not found, and it's red. The manager says, sorry, can't return it, it's not ours. The lady then takes her merchandise credit for the rest and immediately flips it into a new sale, the whole time telling us we're stupid, unprofessional, stealing from her, and that she's going to report us all to corporate. See, that's the third level of Karen. Can't get the person at the retail job to do it, call the manager. The manager can't do anything, you call corporate.
Yeah, of course.
The corporate doesn't do anything, you sue them.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Then she asks when our Black Friday sales start, as she will want to return everything and rebuy it then to save money. Oh my god, what the fuck?
Surprised she didn't bust out the bag of coupons.
I do it all the time and it saves me so much money.
I don't doubt you.
That's how you get banned from a store, lady. So now I can't wait for her to come in and do a return rebuy and have the prices changed to buy one get one 50% off and have her return get voided because the new sales prices are higher, so I can get called unprofessional and stupid again. I hope she does call corporate. I'm pretty sure she will eventually get flagged for fraud and everything will have to go corporate refund. God damn it. Oh my god, what the fuck?
Some people, man.
Jeez.
I'm mixed on whether this was a scam from the start or if it was like just genuine stupidity.
One of the top comments is, "This happened to me, but I was the customer. Tried to return a gift I received to a store. The clerk said that they didn't sell that particular model. I said, okay, thank you, then walked out of the store," and OP just replies, "Thank you for that from the bottom of my heart."
Yeah.
Just like, I like you. Keep doing that.
Why can't you be my customer?
Sometimes it be like that, though.
Indeed.
Oh my god. Retail stories are always so much fun. I just love reading all of these retail stories because that's the best thing about a lot of these stories, is that you just see, it's kind of like the Am I the Asshole stories, in that you just see this wide variety of human incompetence.
Yeah. Speaking of, should we do an Aita?
I think we should do an Aita.
All right, I will read this Aita. Am I the asshole for telling my sister she would have been a terrible mother?
Oh, Jesus. Now this... See, some of these titles, it's like, this could go either way here.
It's a spicy meatball.
I cooked the spaghetti. I tell my sister she be a bad parent.
Hey, was it you, Mario? I hope she made lots of spaghetti.
Hey, paisanos!
Anyway,
remember,
17. Yeah?
If you do drugs, you go to hell before you die.
I, 17-year-old male, have two sisters, Alice 29, Miranda 33. Well, they waited a while, didn't they?
Yeah.
I'm getting just a random conspiracy theory. I think OP is a accident baby.
No, they're a surprise.
Okay, you call them surprises, I call them accidents.
It sounds more like an oops to me.
Anyway, I am much closer to Alice than I am to Miranda. I would be too. Alice is a dope name. Miranda is also not on good terms with her parents. Alice has 4 kids and is currently expecting child number 5, while Miranda can't have children with her, which her ex divorced her for. Oh, she's biologically she can't have children.
Okay, right, okay.
Miranda is very successful in her life. She has a nice apartment, she works a good job, earns a decent amount of money. Alice, on the other hand, is struggling financially. She had her first kid right out of high school and got pregnant with her second child soon after, so she decided to be a stay-at-home mom, or an SAHM, as we keep abbreviating it to.
A SOM.
A SOM to her children while her boyfriend provides for them. Me and my parents try to help them out as much as possible, be it childcare or money, whatever she needs. I love my nieces and nephews. I take them to the... probably the same age as them. Well, almost. Closer to than whoever.
Close
I take them to the park and play with the older ones. I really enjoy it. Miranda doesn't help out with them. She says it's because she's too busy. Well, she works long hours, but she doesn't have kids, so I don't know what she does on weekends. And she also doesn't help out financially, which I find unfair since she makes so much more money, and all she does is spend it on herself, although she does give us very nice gifts for Christmas and birthdays. My parents nag her about it, saying she should give some of her money to Alice monthly, and I agree with that. So here comes the part where I may have been an asshole. I was at Miranda's place last week as she baked muffins and invited me over to eat some and catch up. We got on the topic of Christmas presents, and I told her some of the stuff I wanted, and she nodded and said she would give our parents a coupon for a much-needed vacation, and Alice some clothes she had mentioned, and also some new boots and jackets for the kids. I was a little stunned she didn't have more for Alice, so I asked, why do you only get Alice the bare minimum? You can afford to help out more, and you refused to out of spite. Miranda looked at me and laughed. She said it wasn't her business to feed 6 people, that Alice was old enough to make her choices and live with the consequences. She knew what she was getting herself into, and that she wouldn't pay Alice's way through life just because she kept having children she couldn't afford. I was stunned how cold she reacted. I asked her how she could live with her life being so selfish and uncaring. She got angry and told me, listen, kid, there are some things you're way too young for to be discussing with me, and this is one of those. Drop the subject or get out. I got really frustrated with her and said something I probably shouldn't have. I told her, no wonder your husband divorced you. Even if you could have children, you would have been a terrible mother. Miranda got very quiet and told me to leave and never come back. She's now blocked me on everything, and I don't agree with her not helping out, but I'm starting to feel guilty for what I said. Am I the asshole?
You're gonna have to give me a hot second on this one. Whoa. Oh my god. You both suck. Look, I know she is being an asshole, but wow, you... Look, Miranda was being being an asshole here. But you kind of, came back at her with something, super fucking personal? And, unnecessarily harsh and mean? I don't think that was necessary.
You know what Top Comment thinks?
What does Top Comment think?
You are the asshole. You went way too far with that comment. Shame on you. And Miranda is completely right. It is her money that she earned. She has absolutely no obligation to give her money away if she doesn't want to. You and your family expecting her to give her money to her sister that can't afford her lifestyle is greedy. Yes, your sister Alice kept having kids. That was her choice to keep having them. No one owes your sister anything because of the choices she made, especially her own sister.
See, the reason why I think Miranda was being an asshole is entirely because she was being she was talking down to OP, really.
Right.
And that's really the problem where I have with Miranda here. Not that she was wrong. She makes a good point. But she was being super fucking condescending and just being you're too young to understand any of this and you need to not talk to me about this and
yeah.
Fuck, that's not okay. I don't like that. I don't like people who immediately condescend with jeez.
Yeah, although you also have to keep in mind this was written by OP, so it might be embellished. It might be embellished somewhat. Here's what I'll say: I think it's a you're the asshole, but I think I'd give it a soft YTA because he's 17.
To be fair, yeah.
I don't think he understands the full context of everything going on right here, and I don't think he should be expected to. So. Yeah,
that's another thing. This kid's young, he's still learning, and there's a lot about the adult world he has not been privy to yet, clearly.
Yeah.
Being 17, you still have a lot of naivete going on there.
A bit, yeah.
There are just things that you have not experienced yet that everybody else in your life who is older than you already has.
I don't think that justifies talking down to you that way, but I don't think so either. I mean, she's not entirely wrong that they're... you don't quite understand the situation.
It's you're the asshole, but also she was kind of a dick. You both suck, but you suck a little more.
Yeah. I don't know the full context of what's going on here. Maybe it is possible maybe she's being unfair to Alice, in a spiteful way.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's entirely possible. Maybe, but I don't have any evidence. All I have is OP's word on that. I don't know. So it's either a soft YTA or a soft everyone sucks here. I don't know enough about the situation to say.
Yeah. So, guess that goes back to me now.
Yeah, but as we have said before, don't have kids if you can't afford them.
Yeah, don't bring people into this world that you cannot personally care for.
Yeah. Why don't you read this one.
And what do I get? I get an Aita! Woo! Fun, fun, fun.
Yee-hee.
From Suspicious Post 7690.
Is it a suspicious post, huh?
Am I the asshole for pressing charges against an 18-year-old girl? We'll see where this goes.
All right.
I have a 17-year-old son who has a girlfriend and an ex. Oh boy.
Ooh, big player.
My son also has a car. I think you can see where this is going. Unfortunately, yes.
Oh, we're starting to laugh at dad jokes.
Ugh, jeez. Oh god, how old are we?
Too old. Go on.
Help. My son dumped his ex-girlfriend because he began to have feelings for another girl. Alright.
Fair enough.
He spoke to me and I made sure to tell him to dump her lightly and not to hurt her feelings before trying things out with the other girl. He did,
Right.
telling X why she was being dumped. Obviously, the ex was not happy. I mean, no one's really going to be, like, happy in that situation, so, like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
What can you do?
She ended up keying my son's car. I'm talking to the point where it's
Ooh.
completely fucked up. She carved my son's new girlfriend's name onto the doors and called her a slut. She also drew a man with a very small penis and labeled it my son's name.
Okay, I'll give her this. She's a funny bitch.
She's a funny bitch. She also broke one of the windows and poured a soft drink into it. I come home as she's pouring in the soft drink and immediately call the cops. The ex got arrested and had to pay bail. I'm feeling like pressing charges because it's my son's first car and we don't want to spend much money on a new car. The ex's mother came to my house, was full on screaming about how I'm a monster for calling the cops on a... Of course they make it about race!
No.
About how I'm calling the cops on a black girl and how my son cheated and deserved to have his car ruined. He didn't cheat! He didn't cheat, that's the thing! He said, I like another girl, so before I do anything with this girl, I'm gonna break it off with this other girl. And tell her why.
He's the anti-Scott Pilgrim.
Exactly!
He did not Scott Pilgrim this.
I don't feel in the slightest bit bad for pressing charges and ruining this girl's life because she's acting like a complete psycho. Am I the asshole? Nah, fuck this girl.
Yeah, that's psychotic behavior. That's fatherless behavior right there.
Yeah. Top comment. Not the asshole. She committed a crime and needs to take responsibility for her life. Yeah. And this is from someone who is labeled an asshole aficionado, so you know they're right.
Yeah. I don't need to hear about their fetishes, but okay.
And from Jorgel, a certified proctologist.
I love these fucking flares.
It's great. It's a crime, but she's already got arrested for it. OP is not going to press criminal charges for it, only a prosecutor can do that. What OP can and should do is file a civil complaint in a small claims court, where they will be awarded the money they're owed for the repairs of the damaged car. OP might also want to file for restraining orders if that family keep up with their behavior of harassment. Up to them.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you shouldn't press charges, but you should get every single penny back.
Yeah.
You should fuck them up financially.
Yeah, I think... Yeah.
Yeah, no, this is a really clear, like, not the asshole thing. Because, like, look. If you're that unhinged to just go for, like, extreme property damage like that because you got dumped, you shouldn't be in a relationship in the first place. Because clearly you can't handle the emotional responsibility.
Yeah. Yeah. No, not the asshole. Though I do feel there's an argument to be. It's complicated because, like, we've seen what happens when black people get cops called on them.
That is true.
For even mundane shit. But at the same time, I don't think that just means they get to have free reign to do whatever.
Yeah, I agree. Like, consequences still have to happen in some regard. So, like, honestly...
But I mean, like, there's a difference between walking home with a bag of Skittles and keying someone's car, you know?
There
like,
is.
I think something needed to happen.
Yeah, this is like... Again, it's a car. Cars are expensive. And this kid's
Yeah.
only like 17. He can't afford another car.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, not the asshole, but it does raise some questions.
Admittedly, yes. Like, when you start to get into the murky waters of, you know,
Police brutality.
police brutality and, like, race relations and shit like that, it does get a little murky. But she still keyed his car.
Yeah, but it is kind of an asshole move to play the race card after your daughter displays such psychotic behavior.
It really is. Like, and, like, the wording being like, I'm a monster for calling, how my son cheated when he really, really didn't. That's the whole thing.
Yes.
He specifically broke off the relationship before going into another one. Like, that's how you're supposed to do it. Like,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Maybe it's possible that's just what he told his dad. But I mean, like, I don't know. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt here. Why not?
Yeah, I'm giving OP the benefit of the doubt here because
Even if he did, though, I still think it's kind of psychotic behavior.
agreed. I agree.
Yeah.
It's just don't do that. Don't key up your ex's car because they dumped you. That's not okay.
Yeah. Kelly Clarkson has led you astray. She can do that because she's famous and rich. Okay.
Kelly Clarkson does that because she's Kelly fucking Clarkson.
And maybe it was Carrie Underwood. One of those
It was
two.
one of those two. Jesus, take the wheel.
You know the one was like. Yeah,
that was Carrie Underwood. Yeah, that was Carrie Underwood.
Yeah. Okay. I get them mixed up sometimes.
They're both, mid 2000s like country singing gals.
Kelly Clarkson's a bit of a hybrid. I think she's done like some country.
Yeah,
I still don't understand how a bed can be warmer without the other person, but it's fine.
Yeah, Kelly Clarkson is like she's more on the pop country side of country.
Yeah, Carrie Underwood's more on the country side of pop country.
Yeah,
they should hang out.
They should.
They seem like they have a lot.
Exchange ideas.
Seem like they have a lot in common. A lot of exes they need to fucking rant about. Remember when Taylor Swift and Katy Perry wrote breakup songs over their friendship when they had a falling out, and they both wrote songs about the other person?
I remember that. Yeah.
Man, girlfriendships are something else, man.
Especially girlfriendships between musicians.
Yeah. That was wild. Look, Taylor Swift's character arc from lovable pop country girl to actual supervillain was a fucking ride.
There's a whole character arc.
Yeah.
The saga was unreal.
Anyway, I'll read this one. Am I the asshole for quitting on the spot even though we were understaffed and it made my manager cry?
I mean, if you're done with a job, you're done with a job.
Let's context.
I know.
Context.
Let's see where the context goes.
I worked at a retail store in a mall. The store is divided.
Oh God, it's retail.
The store is divided into men's, women's, and children's clothes. I always worked women's, and on the weekdays, I was always the only employee in the entire section. Yesterday, myself and 2 other employees clocked into our shifts. My manager, Lisa, pulled me aside and told me, "Your dad's been called the store like 5 times asking for your schedule. Please tell him to stop." I got extremely confused because that didn't sound like something my dad would do. I even texted him and he said he never called the store once. I had a bad feeling, and I asked Lisa if she gave my dad my schedule, and she said she did.
I got a bad feeling about this.
I then told her that wasn't my dad, and she had no right to tell a stranger my schedule. She got annoyed and told me it wasn't that big a deal and I was being dramatic. I quit on the spot and left her and only 2 other employees to watch the entire store. She kept apologizing and even burst into tears because they were understaffed. Am I the asshole?
Bruh, she gave personal information to a complete fucking stranger. Without asking.
Bro, that was a stalker. You just gave your schedule to a stalker.
Yeah, no, you should have gotten out. You made the right call. You got out of there when you had the chance. Good call.
Yeah, get out of there.
Yeah, not the asshole.
Yeah. 2 week, a 2 week notice. There's a lot that can happen in 2 weeks.
Yeah, get the fuck out of there while you can. Run. The stalker is coming for you.
Yeah.
That
I'm in
wasn't my
danger.
dad.
Plot twist.
Dun dun dun. Jesus Christ.
Hold on.
Are we scouring the comments?
Yeah, I was gonna sort. I was sorting by controversial to see if there's anyone who disagreed, but no, not really.
Yeah, everyone's just like, no, get out, run.
Yeah. Follow, you fools. Anyway, so yeah, you were right to do that, and they should not have given out your information.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I didn't think the stalking, like, look, there are a lot of reasons why, someone should, like, okay, I understand the whole issue of being short-staffed, but in most cases, it's not really the customer's job to, the employee's job.
Yeah.
It's not really the employee's job to stick around just because, oh, we're short-staffed. Like,
it's a professional courtesy.
it is
to give like your 2 weeks notice or whatever. You don't have to do it, but it's smart to do it, especially if you want their reference to sound nice. Like, I mean, like, look, I mean, like, we are all, we're all pro worker and all that, but it is a give and take relationship, and like employees can definitely take advantage of their bosses just as much.
True.
Well, not as much. I mean, like, to an extent, but like, so like we're, it's a give and take relationship, and in the interest of common courtesy, the 2 week notice is, I think it's a fair thing, especially if you've been working there for a while, Yeah, and they rely upon you. But in this case, when there's a stalker on the prowl that now has your schedule, yeah, you just leave.
Just bounce.
Yeah. I wonder if that guy just like snapped, or girl, we don't know. Actually, they said it was a man, so whatever. But like, I wonder if he just snapped. He just showed up and she's not there, and he snaps. He's like, ah, man.
Stalker,
Sniper,
no stalking.
Stalker, no stalking. Remember, kids, that's how you get rid of a stalker. Just look him dead in the eye, go, stalker, no stalking. Stalker, no stalking.
Aw, man.
Man. All right. Okay. Would you like to read a large Tifu?
Oh, yes, I would. Large Tifus are the most fun.
Well, actually, extra large Tifus are the most fun, but those are rare.
The rare Tifu.
The elusive extra large Tifu.
It's almost as rare as the rarest Pepes.
Yep.
If it'll load... Man, my phone doesn't like Reddit half the time.
Do you have the official app?
No. Posted by I'm a fucking idiot 22.
You should probably get the app if we're gonna make this a thing.
Posted by I'm a fucking idiot 22. Today I fucked up by oh god no. Today I fucked up by injecting my girlfriend with 5 doses of the COVID vaccine.
She's too powerful. We can't restrain her.
Someone please stop praying for my grandfather.
He's escaped the hospital. He's too strong.
This is how you achieve Ultra Instinct.
Uh-huh.
This happened a few weeks ago. Quick background, I'm in my last year of pharmacy school. I'm currently bouncing around doing rotations, free work, at different sites, hospitals, big pharma companies, retail stores, etc. The most recent rotation is in a grocery store pharmacy, where things have gotten pretty hectic with the CDC giving the okay for everyone to get COVID booster shots, which also happens to coincide with flu shot season. I'm pretty much just sticking people with needles all day, every day. I can see where the fuck up can come from.
Fun.
So my girlfriend needs her Pfizer booster shot for work and wants me to give it to her. Cute, right? I tell her I'd be happy to. On this particular day, for whatever reason, we can't drive to the pharmacy together because our schedules don't line up. I have an obligation in the morning, so I end up arriving to the pharmacy in the early afternoon, and she arrives about 15 minutes after I do. On an average day, I'm usually the vaccine guy. I'm the guy that says hello at the window, updates your vaccine card, takes your insurance stuff, makes you wait 45 minutes. I promise I'm moving as fast as I can. and gives you the shot, so I'm used to handling the whole process step by step at my own pace, being as organized as time allows. I like to set up my shit in the morning before we open, get all the paperwork in order, and have my ducks in a row before the day even starts. So I walk into the pharmacy in the early afternoon, and it's absolutely unbridled chaos. People waiting for shots, knocking on the windows, some lady pokes her head under the plexiglass, starts asking me about her Venla fax machine, etc., etc. I'm already flustered as hell and off my game because I had Cheryl waiting, who's getting her second Moderna shot, pneumonia shot, and shingles shot, and also has 3 other medications that need to be filled. And then we have Dave, who brought his 4 kids for flu shots, and also his great aunt, who wants all 3 COVID shots at once, and has a bruise on her left arm, so she wants them in her rear. You get the point. The pharmacy is going to hell in a handbasket.
Yep. Lady, you got so... Why the ass? You got so many other veins.
Why do you want it in your ass?
I think this lady's just got a fetish, honestly.
It sounds like she does. 15 minutes later, my girlfriend walks in for her Pfizer booster. I'm very happy to see her, and I tell her that she can do some grocery shopping while she waits for me to get her paperwork together. As I'm rummaging through her paperwork, one of my coworkers opens the fridge, unbeknownst to me, pulls out an unopened vial of the Pfizer vaccine, and pops the cap.
Oh.
Some more background. The Pfizer COVID vaccine comes in multi-dose vials. There's a small amount of liquid in the vial, and you need to dilute... Oh no.
Yeah.
And you need to dilute it with normal saline before drawing up the vaccine into your syringe. Each vial has enough for 5 doses after dilution.
Yep.
Here's where I went wrong. I turn around to draw up her vaccine into the syringe and see the opened Pfizer vial. My perceptive ass assumes that since the vial is opened with no cap and has a very small amount of liquid in it, it must have been diluted with normal saline, used, and there's only 1 more dose left. Again, with me being extremely insightful, I decided not to double check and confirm with anyone around me, which would have taken about 1.5 seconds. Of course, in reality, the vial just hadn't been diluted yet, which is why there is so little liquid inside it. Everything else proceeds as usual. I give my girlfriend the shot, kiss the boo-boo, as I do with everyone for professionalism's sake. I love that. Kiss the boo-boo for professionalism.
No other reasons, I'm sure.
And go back into the pharmacy. A few minutes later, my coworker asks me what happened to that new vial she just opened, and it begins to dawn on me that I may have just royally shat the bed. If you do the math with the dilution, I had just given my girlfriend 5 full doses of the COVID vaccine. 5! I just injected this poor 105-pound... Oh god, she's tiny. She's small.
Man, today's just like tiny girl hour.
And they're all having a terrible day.
Yeah.
I just injected this poor 105-pound girl with enough vaccine juice to get her through COVID-20.
Nice.
She was still grocery shopping, so I ran over to her, tried to hide the fact that I was shitting myself, and attempted to break the news in a somewhat non-panic-inducing way. Something like, hey, so, there was a bit of a dilution error on my part, and you may have received a bit more than intended. She honestly She honestly took it really well, just kind of went, okay, so what does this mean? I told her to expect a wee bit of arm soreness and fatigue, and she strolled away to finish shopping. So meanwhile, I rush back to the pharmacy and call Pfizer ASAP. Everything I've read, learned, and Googled had told me this isn't the hugest deal in the world, and it's not life-threatening or anything. But I just
Hello, Mr. Pfizer.
Mr. Pfizer.
We have a problem.
But I just wanted to cover my bases, call Pfizer, and see if this has happened before and what the outcome was. After being transferred 9 times, yeah, that's customer service for you,
Yep.
I got a drug representative on the line. Apparently in all the millions of Pfizer vaccines distributed worldwide, me and some dude in New Zealand are the only fucking idiots stupid enough to pull a stunt like this.
Hey, match them on... You should hang out. You have a lot in common.
According to the drug rep, severe arm soreness is really the only thing to watch out for. The rest of the day proceeded as usual, save for me being extremely shaken from the whole ordeal. The pharmacist had to fill out and submit an incident report, which, ironically, I filled out for him since it was so busy, lol. I realized it was probably going to turn out fine, but shit, what if was a different drug where the concentration did really matter? Literally, people can die from that shit. Or what if it was some random person instead of my girlfriend and they sued the company into the ground? So my girlfriend, the real victim of this story, got a very sore arm that night. The next day, she felt like a train wreck and spent most of the day in bed, and you bet your ass I was waiting on her hand over foot. Good man!
What do you want, my queen?
Yes! I was popping in the bedroom every 20 minutes to see if she needed anything, and after a few hours of that, she told me to stop bothering her.
Yeah, well, you know.
She took it like a champ, though, and she was just such a good sport about it. We joke that any virus, she just immediately dies upon entering a 20-foot radius of her. She's a keeper. I like her.
Yeah.
She's got a good sport about this. I like it. All things considered, the fuck-up turned out the best it could. Nobody sued the company, my girlfriend didn't make me sleep on the couch, and I didn't get sent back to the 10th grade science class to learn about liquid concentration. The silver lining is that in the future, I'm going to think about this situation every time I'm working around vials, and hopefully never make the same mistake again. TLDR, didn't double-check the vaccine vial had been diluted, injected my girlfriend with a super serum, and she didn't get any superpowers.
Aww.
Man. Quick edit, for those wondering, my girlfriend hopped out of the bed 36 hours later, in her words, feeling like a million. I appreciate the concern for her, and yes, I'm going to put a ring on that as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah, no. I'm glad it turned out well, considering how much of a massive fuck-up this was, but, man, I'm impressed by how well she took that.
Yeah.
Like, goddamn. Top comment from Ginger Malteser. Sounds to me like you should be marking the vials after they've been diluted. CDC agrees, apparently.
Yeah.
On the bright side, you're the second dummy in the whole world. Imagine what the first dummy felt like when he found out he was the first.
Again, you guys should hang out.
Wait, literally no one else has done this?
Oh. Well, there's always a first time.
Well, congratulations. Apart from a guy from New Zealand, you're the only person stupid enough to do this.
Yep.
I love the way that that was worded.
Yeah.
Some poor schmuck in New Zealand.
Poor schmuck.
It's probably happened with the Moderna and the Johnson & Johnson vaccines too. But
Yeah. All right. I'm going to read a nuclear revenge story.
Woo!
This one is simply titled, Good Luck with Ice.
That's ice in all capitals, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Oh, no!
Sorry is long story, very poorly written, since it's something I never enjoy doing. This happened about 10, 15 years ago. It's been a long time, but it's the sweetest revenge.
Okay.
My backstory. I was born in the States, but my family are immigrants. My dad worked his ass off to become a U.S. citizen, working 3 jobs, riding a bike to work because he couldn't afford a car. He and his dad saved all the money they could to get the rest of the family here. I say this because I understand the struggles immigrants face coming here. Starting a new life without any support, I would never do this to someone actually trying for a better life. This piece of shit, though, did not deserve to be here.
Oh, no.
This story is about my best friend's boyfriend. He lived with her in her family's house, renting a room, driving her car to work, using her cell phone that her parents paid for. She was 19 at the time. I was about 21. I was working at a club with my boyfriend. I worked really late and had 2 kids. I had 2 kids. Hopefully not that night, but just in general. I asked my best friend if she could come over and watch them while they slept. Basically, just come hang out at my place. My sons were about 6 to 7 years old. The little one was less than a year old at the time.
Okay.
One son was 6 or 7. The other one was less than a year. She asked if she could have any people over, so she wasn't bored. I said, sure, I don't mind. I asked that she just not throw any parties. We laughed as she agreed. Everything was fine when we got back. I thanked her and she left. Later that night, I saw a cup with a cigarette butt in it. So I texted my friend and asked her if someone smoked in the house. I'm a smoker, but because my son is really little and the older one had asthma, I don't smoke in the house. I went outside. The reply I received didn't make any sense. Reading, what kind is it? I said, I don't know. in my mind, I'm like, there's only like 2 other people here. How could you not know if one of them smoked inside? She's not a smoker, so I knew it wasn't her. I started receiving more questions instead of a yes or no answer. The replies also didn't make much sense. It was broken English and had stupid spelling mistakes. And by this point, I knew I wasn't talking to her.
Yeah.
It was her boyfriend. My best friend is white and he's Mexican. He was trying to fool me, so I would tell him who she was here with. I never liked him. Not for any specific reason, he just rubbed me the wrong way from the beginning.
Yeah.
They've been dating for about a year or 2. By this point, I knew he was a piece of shit. I really dislike him because of how he treated her. He was controlling and abusive. I didn't see her much anymore because I had gotten into an argument with him at her house earlier that year. We all wanted to go out to a friend's place. He didn't. He said she couldn't go either. She wanted to, but he said no. I told her we were leaving. It was really late, but this asshole made a huge deal about it. He decided it was a good idea to wake up her dad, so her dad would force her to stay home, and this pissed me off because he has no respect. He lives in their home, and he can't even let her dad sleep. Besides, she was an adult, not to mention her dad never cared if she was going anywhere with me.
Yeah.
Her parents knew that if she was with me, she was safe. After that minor blow-up, I decided not to be around him. I wouldn't be able to hide my contempt of him. This is why she didn't want to come over to watch my kids with him. I didn't understand why she stayed with him, especially after she told me that he forced himself on her.
Oh.
I put up with him for my friend. I knew if I was around, he wouldn't dare mistreat her in front of me. Back to the text, he's pretending to be her, and I tell him I know it's him and talk shit. He then said he was going to come over, shoot up my house with my kids still inside. I laughed to myself. I didn't believe him. I replied with a threat to get him deported. I got in touch with a mutual friend of mine and my best friend. She knew more than me about him. She told me he had a warrant out for his arrest. The cops had gone to pick him up one day, but they didn't find him. The family hid him. He hid next door. My best friend's neighbor was her grandma. I didn't know any of that. I also didn't know his full legal name. She gave me everything I needed. I told her what I was going to do and not tell our friend. I called the cops, gave him his location. Everything they needed to know so they wouldn't miss him. They actually picked him up on the same night. I then called ICE. He was put on ICE hold. He couldn't get bailed out of jail now. Once in custody, the only way he was getting out was if he reached Mexico. I felt bad for my friend and their daughter. I knew that she would probably never see him, but I believe I did her a favor. I ended up telling her what I did not long after. I didn't want her to find out through someone else and get even more upset with me. It's been so long since then. She never said she was mad about it. I'm sure she was at the beginning, though. In the end, I did her a favor. Her life was completely changed in a better way. Her daughter is a much better father now, someone who takes care of them both. Dickhead lost everything he owned, lost his girl, his side chick. He was arrested and deported. He also lost any chance of having any real relationship with his daughter. I did hear he came back, but it took about 10 years. Their daughter was less than a year old. She's about 13 now. I believe he's met her once since this all happened. He got to see the great life she has without him in her life.
Jeez, wow. This person just kind of like said everything matter-of-factly. I was hoping for just being like, and that's when I did this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she doesn't quite get the spirit of nuclear revenge.
Yeah, but like, honestly, that was a good choice, because it's clear that that guy was not a good person to have in anybody's life.
Mm-hmm.
Let alone, kids that young. So like, I think it ended up being for the best that ended up happening.
Yeah.
And I just love the added detail of he came back 10 years later to see the life that she had without him.
Mm-hmm.
Which, like, just, twist the knife a little bit, just a tiny bit.
just a little bit.
This is what you could have happened if you weren't a massive dick cheese.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ. Oh, that was interesting.
Yeah. Why don't you read another petty revenge story?
Why do I get all the petty revenge? It's fine. The petty revenges are fun, too.
Yeah.
I do quite enjoy myself some revenge. Petty, pro-revenge, or nuclear.
Mm-hmm. The flavors.
By Haunted Snake, you're in such a hurry, yet you stop for fast food? I'm gonna waste your time, then. Oh, this is the best kind of petty. I worked in fast food for years. I was a manager at a popular fast food chain, and the chain I worked at was kind of relaxed about a lot of things. During lunch/dinner rush, our drive-thru, DT, was packed, no less than 10 cars waiting at a time, and our lobby was just as busy with a line to the door. I would cover DT because it was simpler for a manager to be in DT because we had a manager card that corrected or added things to the order if they decided to add something at the window. At least 4 times a shift, I would have people yell at me while they were at a speaker that the line was going too slow. My DT times were top 3 out of all the stores in the city, every shift, meaning our line moved faster than the other 23 or 25 stores.
We're actually very fast, and I can prove it.
With facts and logic.
Mm-hmm.
When they get to the window, they'd complain some more that I'm late for work, or the drive-thru is supposed to be faster than going in, or shit like that. When you pay with a card, be it credit or debit, 2 receipts will always be printed out, one that has a signature line and one that says customer copy. We had to collect every receipt throughout the day so we could put them designated by months in a box in the office, and 3 months later toss it. No receipt needed to be signed, it was just there from when credit cards were still new, and no one bothered to change it for the last 30 years. Basically, if you were rude or in a rush and pushy, I would take my time for the receipt to print, tell them I needed a signature, and then fumble for a pen for like a minute, and then have them sign it. Again, it didn't need to be signed, and I only did it to assholes every time they'd get upset with me because this is already taken forever. I never broke my smile or upbeat demeanor, I never raised my voice, I never talked down to a customer, I simply wasted an additional minute or 2 of their time. Eventually I told my boss about how I did that, and how it became this unofficial store policy to make assholes sign their receipts.
Yeah.
TLDR, if you were rude to me while I worked in fast food, I would inconvenience you by making you sign a receipt you didn't have to. That's fucking great. Edit. This is a big fucking edit, like a long edit.
Yeah.
It's longer than the story itself.
That's how you know it's good.
A lot of you don't realize how DT works, and some of you are just... Hold on. No. Wait. And a lot of you are just real butthurt you're a rude customer and feel like you were called out on your behavior or something. The way my DT worked, there is one speaker box, the point between speaker box and window. Oh, there's one speaker box and one window. Okay.
Right.
One car is not supposed to wait more than a total of 17 minutes. They should not be waiting more than 4 minutes at the speaker box, no more than 5 minutes waiting in line to the window, and no more than 8 minutes at the window. The reason for this is because the window is where you pay and receive food, so there's a bit more time. All times from each category is added together, then divided into by the number of cars. Then all of those are added together. If you have 5 cars, the wait times for the speaker box is simplified to 3:15, 3:30, 3, 2:45, and 5. That means the average wait time for speaker box is 2 minutes and 30 seconds. The wait times for between are 4:15, 4, 3:45, 4:45, and 5:30. That makes an average of 4 minutes and 45 seconds. Now the window times are 7, 6:45, 7:45, 7:30, and one car waits 8. That's still below the 8 minutes at just 7 minutes and 40 seconds. That makes an entire wait time of 14 minutes and 50 seconds.
God, I could never work drive-thru.
I know. It's fucking disaster. Nobody likes working drive-thru. It's a necessity, not something people like.
I didn't realize it involved so much math.
I know, right? You have to calculate all this shit. If you make one car wait just a minute or so longer than it needs to, the car behind it doesn't take any additional time because their food is still being made and their order still needs to be put together. So car A waits an additional minute or additional 2 minutes, car B does get affected. In fact, car B is going to think their service is even faster because as soon as they pay, their food is being put together and goes out the window. Car B has nearly the exact same wait time in total. And it only affects car A minus adding something like 1/60th of a second when you have 100 cars coming through lunch rush. Wow.
Yeah.
The DT goes down during slow times too, because say you finish lunch rush with just those 5 cars. No cars no cars come through for half an hour, and 1 car pulls up. Takes 1 minute 30 seconds at the speaker, 10 seconds in the wait line, and 2:15 at the window. Now the entire wait time went from 14 minutes and 50 seconds to an average of 13 minutes and 30 seconds. so it's incredibly easy to keep a low DT time when you and your coworkers work together to be fast. My average DT was anywhere between 13 and 15 minutes. In the green was considered under 17 minutes, in the yellow was considered between 17 and 19 minutes, and red was considered over 19 minutes. About 10 stores average green, around 9 stores average yellow, and around 10 stores average red. Basically, you fuck over one car, it doesn't affect the DT times.
Wow, he really shot down all the comments with professionalism and math.
Yep. Literally facts and logic. It's like, alright, bitches, but since you're so fucking ungrateful, let me tell you how drive-thru works. They give you the full fucking rundown.
Yeah. Welcome to my crash course, bitch.
Yeah, I feel bad for anybody who actually works in drive-thru, because they gotta deal with, like, fucking dickheads like this all the time.
Yeah.
And, like, being a customer service job, you can't retaliate hardcore. Like, you gotta do, like, if you want to if you want to inconvenience them, you gotta do it in, like, super small, like, underhanded, passive-aggressive ways, so that nobody is actually going to notice, and you're not gonna get written up or called or a call from corporate because, oh, they did this to me while I was in line, and I want them fired.
and then when you complain about it on Reddit, other assholes come in and be like, oh, actually, you're the wrong one here.
You're the asshole, and for 4 reasons.
That's not even the right subreddit.
And yet.
Yep.
Yeah, honestly, I understand why, like, customer service people, like, drive-through cashiers, like, coffee shop baristas and whatever. I understand why they do, like, little itty-bitty things like this, because they put up with so much fucking shit, and it's like, it's just a small way of, like, passive-aggressively telling people, don't be an asshole because I have the right to fuck you over.
Yeah.
Or rather, I have the power to fuck you over. It's like, your order is on me, and you should be grateful that I'm not doing anything to fuck you up.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I cannot imagine being able to work like a customer service job personally. I would not be able to handle that shit.
Yeah. That's why I work back a house.
Yeah, you got lucky with that dishwasher job you're currently at. You got good pay, you got good hours, you got people who work the restaurant who, you know, aren't fucking shit.
Yeah.
Like, you got lucky with that job. Ooh.
I like it. Okay, I'm gonna read a nuclear revenge story.
Whee!
How I made my landlord and neighbor pay over $14,000 in fines for harassing me.
Ooh, fun.
This post was originally shared on malicious compliance, but I was told about this subreddit by like 20 people. I don't post much, but this seemed like a better fit.
We're gonna have to bring in Legal for this one.
First of all, before I start, I'm about 80% sure these two were involved with each other in a romantic way, but I can't confirm that. Now, I'm not an expert writer, nor am I going to spend an extended period of time making sure everything's perfect.
Yeah.
I did it once or twice over, but there's just so much, and I'm a little frazzled by the situation. Well, he's in prison now, so don't worry about him. I've had difficulty putting my thoughts on paper since elementary. This doesn't mean I won't do my best. I'm sure there's run-on sentences and improper spelling. I don't think this is a prerequisite for sharing your experience. I travel a lot. I live in an RV, mostly full-time. I've stayed at the same park, however, for the last 9 months. I've had issues here. They've called the cops on me for arguing. Not joking. They will ignore me if I'm in the office, all because there was a small mistake on the paperwork when I stayed here on an overnight 9 months ago. Something happened, and they tried to use that to kick me out. However, the owner said it didn't matter, and all info was pulled from the registration, so blaming the paperwork for being off by a year on the RV as a cause of eviction was far-fetched. There was a few other incidences, but I figured it's cheap here. I can pay my rent over the phone. Who fucking cares? I don't really plan on going anywhere as I am, with all the parks are full for snowbird season, plus I got a new job here. Anyway, we had a new neighbor who was miserable. Not new. I added that word. My brain added that word. I had a neighbor that was miserable. We could tell from day one. We also have 2 cats. They hang out on our porch mostly all the time. Occasionally they stray, but they're older and they don't go far. 6 weeks ago, after 9 months of being my neighbor and never saying a word, he started acting very erratic. randomly approached my wife as she was washing the car outside and got on her face and started screaming, saying that he dug cat shit out of the dirt behind his 1979 bus on bricks.
Fuck.
And now he's gonna put out the traps and poison.
Oh God.
Somehow management had heard the commotion, or he had told them to come, but they pulled up and quickly pulled him to the side to talk to him privately. Refusing to even listen to us, we were very weirded out, calling him baby, sweetheart, etc. That's a weird thing for park security to call you. So they said, it's his space, he can trap all he wants. If your animals are going to be on his property, that's your fault. Now, this park is known to have so many cats that they keep feeders by the front office. I warned them what they were doing was illegal, but they said, we've been doing this a long time, we know exactly what we're doing.
No, you don't.
Well, I mean, they do, but, wink, wink, hint, nudge, nudge, hint.
Yeah.
Call animal control if you don't believe me. I said, okay, but he threatened to poison them, so I'm making a police report in case anything happens. I want him on the record as having threatened them. They took the report, and oh man, did that make him mad. Still, at this point, I hadn't figured out how to get my revenge. Animal control said it was legal and didn't do anything. We immediately got the cats microchipped and went to Lowe's to buy cat traps to teach our cats what a trap is and how not to go into one. Easiest trick I've ever taught an animal. Took one try. Now they're terrified of anything resembling a trap. We were stumped. The cats were going stir crazy. 5 days later, she leaves a letter on my door. A self-help eviction saying I have no choice but to leave immediately, and she was turning off the power on X day. I told her that if she did, I would call the local police, as that's a self-help eviction, and you've already demonstrated malice by calling the police on me for asking you a question you don't like.
Yep.
Assisting in the trapping of my cats while encouraging other cats to stay. Self-help evicting. And at one point, she refused my CDC declaration letter, and I have these things recorded on video. On top of all this, she says he needs to start his Harley and let it run for 45 minutes to warm up, even if he's not riding it. That's what Harleys need. 2 feet from my bedroom window when he knows I work nights and I'm asleep. Essentially trying to force me out, saying my dummy camera isn't allowed, however his real camera pointed at my space somehow is. I was very prepared for an eviction threat, as these guys get away with so much, being that they can threaten eviction and people will just roll out in their RVs. Not me! No, not me. After the manager finally spoke to the owner, she realized that she had dug herself into a hole and now couldn't evict me unless I had not paid rent, as they had refused to show me a contract or any rules the entire time I've been there.
Yep.
They don't like that.
That's the thing about evictions, is like, you cannot be legally evicted if you are paying rent and if you are following the terms of the contract that you signed when you moved in.
Well, here's the thing.
If you are following everything, you cannot legally be evicted.
Well, here's the thing. They don't like to have written rules because then they can change them as they need, but this is backfiring on them now.
Yep.
Obviously. The manager told me I was never allowed into the office unless to get mail, and I must pay rent over the phone with a card. Still, though, I wasn't comfortable because my neighbor had now put out around... Hey, sorry about that. My internet just decided to puts itself for... I had to go reset it real quick.
Yeah, that's not happened on the show in like a long ass time.
Anyway.
And the thing is, when that normally happens, it typically happens on my end.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so he still wasn't comfortable because the neighbor had now put out around 4 different traps, some as close to a foot from the property line. Still hadn't caught anything, so by chance I ran into a property manager while out shopping for my own trap.
Oh no.
And he told me some interesting things. I did a little research and found out trapping in Nevada is illegal without a permit.
Oh.
There's too many protected species. So I knew the cats would never go into a trap. We did about 5 sessions with them, and they got to the point where they even saw the trap, they just hide. So I told the landlord it's fine, he can keep the traps. I heard from a neighbor that they saw the manager opening up the storage room and loading his truck with animal traps, but he didn't know about our situation, so he was confused. This is when I put my plan together. I knew the longer he saw he wasn't getting his way, the more traps he would put out, the more erratic he would become. He started revving his Harley for 45 minutes 3 times a day while sitting inside with the radio or blasting. He'd then get a chop saw and cut lumber into as small pieces as he could and stand back 10 feet and launch them into a steel trailer.
What the fuck?
I had about 2 gigs of video of this from my cell phone, so I actually only cut about half of it. I knew he was losing it. I put on a dummy camera facing his front door, and that's what it did. He's got too close and pushed my wife on camera. I had successfully driven him nuts, and I had what I needed for a civil harassment suit. I just let him stew. Every few days I'd notice a new trap. Finally, when he got up to 14 traps, his tiny RV lot looked like a landmine of cat traps.
No, you see, Zeke, kids these days, we all love traps.
My cats were and probably still are traumatized from the sight. My next move was to call the Nevada Fish and Wildlife Department. I emailed the picture of the traps. They finally showed up today and found his 14 traps, and the fine is $1,000 per trap. These people are also kind of cops, but they don't ever get to bust anyone, so they took it very seriously.
They're like, finally some action.
This is what we've been training for. We of the Nevada Fish and Wildlife Department. They confiscated his traps and hit the park with $14,000 in fines. Afterwards, she called me asking why I would do that. I informed her I'm not done. And I'm building a case on her. I'm building a case on her and her little friend for harassment. I've since moved into one of the best spots on the property near the $1 million RVs next to the pool with the hot tub and the bar and the pizza, about a 200-foot walk, and I said yes. I begged for a new spot to end this from day one, but she said, we're booked up full all winter. We won't have one spot until Christmas.
Really?
Yeah, we made room.
Oh my god. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh my god. What? I love how it's like, why would you do this? Oh, I'm not done. This isn't the end.
Why would you do this? I haven't even started.
You know not who you are dealing with.
The Nevada Fish and Wildlife Department shall be the least of your concerns when I'm done with you.
Oh my god. I fucking love that. Oh my god.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What was that, in Nuclear Revenge?
Nuclear Revenge.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
It's pretty fucking nuclear, honestly.
I love how he's like chopping up small pieces of wood and then throwing them and then fucking catapulting them in a trailer. Oh my god, they got so petty with it. They got so petty with all the harassment. 14 traps on the property, revving your Harley for 45 minutes 3 times a day, fucking loudly buzzsawing lumber and throwing it at the side of a trailer.
This guy's a fucking cartoon
Dude,
character.
give up!
Yep.
It's not worth it! But if he did give up, we wouldn't have this amazing story.
Yeah, so there. Yeah, that's fair. I'm glad he didn't in that case.
God, I fucking love how petty people can. I mean, I don't love it, but I kind of like.
When you personally don't have to deal with them.
Yeah, like seeing other people's just extreme petty behavior and how far they'll go to just attempt to inconvenience somebody for their own personal like grudge. It's just so amusing to watch. God, I fucking love stories like this because it doesn't take a whole lot of effort to not be an asshole.
Yeah,
it really doesn't. So like these people were deliberately trying to be as much of a dick as possible for no reason. Like it came up out of the blue randomly. And then suddenly it's like, you better keep your cats off of my property or I'll trap them and put down the poison. Like, god damn it.
Well, Kevin, I have an idea.
Oh.
Why don't we do a lightning round?
Lightning round!
I'm going to browse through our unpopular opinion, and we're just going to go through some unpopular opinions. Do we agree? Do we disagree? What do we have to say about them, Kevin?
All right, well, I don't know. Let's find out.
All right. Stop telling people you'll find someone, especially if they've been single most of their life.
Depends
on the person. I think it can be rude.
It can be rude, but also like it's just kind of a situational thing.
Yeah, I know who you're talking to.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh my god. This one, I feel like it's written by. You remember the asshole who was stealing food from the homeless shelter?
Yeah.
This one reads like it was written by that guy. Unpopular opinion: criminals should be the ones drafted into wars instead of me.
Oh my god! Instead of me.
He writes, why should I, a young man who has hopes and dreams for future family and kids, have to go and risk my life and take other young people's lives that want the same? Why instead just get all the criminals to fight? I mean, they're useless to society if they're locked up for years, and even some for a lifetime. Just get these awful people, train them, send them to die, kill other awful people. Jail doesn't do shit anyway. It just turns a thief into a killer once he gets out. In case the war ends, these criminals survive, set them free. They've earned it. Whatever.
Oh my god. This dude. Oh my god. No.
I'm pretty sure this was like wasn't this like the premise of the movie Gerard Butler was in called Gamer?
Oh god, I think it was. I think it's the premise for a few movies. Christ.
Well, that's certainly an unpopular opinion.
Very unpopular. What the fuck?
My
just send the criminals out to kill each other anyway. They're not doing anything for society.
I like how he contradicts himself because he talks about how the other side are just young men who want lives, who have dreams too, and then he's just. I guess he wants every country to do this. I guess that's what he's saying. I don't know.
I guess.
Here my unpopular opinion is that war is stupid and no one should be drafted into it.
I agree.
It's very unpopular these days, or for all of human history, I suppose.
Now there's an unpopular opinion I can get behind.
Unpopular opinion: if you're not comfortable driving at freeway speeds on the freeway, you shouldn't drive on the freeway. If you are overly tentative and passive while driving, you shouldn't drive. You are not being polite. You're just as dangerous as someone who's reckless. Yes.
Yeah, I can agree there.
Yeah, going too slow is also a dangerous thing.
Yeah, you are driving a multiple ton. You are driving a screaming metal death trap.
Yeah, to get around, we put ourselves in basically at those speeds tin cans and fling ourselves at the destination.
Yep.
So behave yourself.
Yeah, be attentive. Drive at the speed that other people are driving at. Don't go too slow, and don't just friggin' speed race your way through there. Be a sensible driver, please.
Unpopular opinion: labeling anything as all natural is a complete farce. Naturally occurring substances can be just as dangerous and unhealthy as artificial substances. Yeah.
Okay.
top comment: AIDS is all natural.
Oh god.
Cyanide says hello as well.
God, that reminds me of the fucking appetite suppressant from the 1970s called AIDS, AIDS. And when the AIDS epidemic happened, they refused to change their name, and it ended up putting their business under.
Scorpion venom is...
You could be great with the aid of AIDS.
Scorpion venom is 100% all natural, and just because something's artificially created doesn't mean that it's bad, dangerous, or unhealthy. Pretty much all modern medication is artificially created.
Yep, pretty much. It's all chemicals.
Yep, that shouldn't even be an unpopular
hypocrite
opinion.
that you are, that you trust the chemicals in your brain. No, sorry.
Okay. Unpopular opinion: Wikipedia is reliable. Yeah.
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, it typically is.
They do a great job curating it, especially given how they never have any money.
They do. It is a surprisingly well curated resource, and you would have to be very hard pressed to actually find a vandalized a genuinely vandalized article.
Just don't read their article on Gamergate. It's all fucking lies.
It reminds me of that one episode of Novelty Hour we did, one of the few episodes of Rewrite where we were just listing off all of the companies that had made Powerpuff Girls the movie.
And most who didn't.
Most who didn't. Oh man.
Unpopular opinion: not bagging your own groceries is a major sign of degeneracy. I can't tell you how many times I'm standing in a long line at the checkout and behind some Karen who's too precious to be bothered with at least helping the cashier when there's no bagger. What the fuck? Can't you see that you're holding up the line? I mean, it really depends on what's going on and how much you got and what kinds of things. And sometimes it's faster to just let the cashier do their job.
Yeah, like most of the times the cashiers got it all in hand and they're doing it pretty fast already, so it's like
Yeah.
and they try and typically a lot of the cashiers that I run across it's just like, "No, I got this. You know, you just, pay for your food and put it in your cart and go."
Unpopular opinion: mall shopping is still better than online shopping. It used to be.
It used to be, but yeah,
Have you seen malls these days are pathetic.
they are.
The mall is a dying breed.
I
There's a reason all the urban exploring channels are always covering abandoned malls because so many of them are just even before COVID, so many of them are just going under.
yeah.
But, yeah.
I was really lucky to have a good mall like near my house when I lived in Riverside, California. So like I was really lucky there. But yeah, most malls are pretty shit. Like there's a mall like a mile and a half away from my house right now, and it sucks.
Unpopular opinion: video game companies get away with inferior products because consumers keep tolerating their bad products. No, they get away with it because there's no regulation.
Yep.
Wow. It's the only fucking industry where there's literally nothing preventing them from releasing broken products.
Yep, and yeah, pretty much. Case in point, the freaking GTA Definitive Edition trilogy that came out recently. God, that ended up being a mess.
Unpopular opinion: I think naked cats are just as cute as cats with hair. You're weird.
You're weird.
I don't like you. Yeah, it's weird. Unpopular opinion: hookup culture and casual sex are bad for people who do that. I think you're a prude.
I think you're a prude in that you're projecting, and it really depends on the person.
I think you need to get laid.
Please, go get laid.
Unpopular opinion: after decades of school zero tolerance policies where victims can't fight back without punishment, we now have a large number of adults who believe it is immoral to defend themselves. Yes, but I'm not sure. Yes, but I have a feeling this might have a really bad fucking... The inspiration for this post might not be the best thing. I feel like this might come from a bad place, but in theory, I agree with you.
Theoretically.
Unpopular opinion: women are the ones who push the beauty standard that tall women are unfeminine, not men. Yes.
That's what I've seen.
Yeah, most beauty standards are pushed by women for women.
God, I can't.
It's like that. I love that one meme where there's like men will judge you if you change into your fifth dress or whatever, and it's like no man has literally ever cared about that.
Yeah, I know, right? It reminds me of like, this is something that I see a lot on Twitter. Like, God, there was this tweet I found like for a while. The character of Tatsumaki from One Punch Man. She's a very popular character, and she gets a lot of, art, some of it not safe for work, and she's one of the most popular characters in the series. But there's, like, this small group of people who are like, oh, why are you all looking at her so sexual? She looks like a literal child. And, like, there was this one person who did that recently, like, did this, like, unpopular anime opinions tweet thread.
Yeah.
And was like, people who sexualize Tatsumaki are gross. She's a literal child, and everyone was just like mercilessly dunking on them. Like they had like 33 retweets and over 1,500 quote retweets, and all the quote retweets are just variations on just like Thanos. It's like Thanos when he looks at like small women, just the snap.
Unpopular. No, you're still going on about something?
Yeah, like, you would be surprised at how many of these standards are actually perpetrated by women rather than by men.
Yeah. Unpopular opinion: it should be normal for doctors and dentists to be open on weekends. I have a bad toothache, but because it's Sunday, it's Saturday, but whatever. It's Saturday, I have to wait to go to the dentist. Now I get started, I think it sucks. How are you supposed to get... You're screwed if you have a problem Friday night, but you need to wait till Monday? Fuck that. Yes, but you can go to urgent care. They have dentists at urgent care.
Yeah.
That's just the way it's yes, but like you have options. If we should have better and more options, but you're not completely screwed.
Yeah. It's like in theory you're right, but there are options.
I have strong opinions on this, but it would be way too long-winded for lightning
Yeah.
round. What the fuck? Unpopular. Sorry. Unpopular opinion: people who eat ass can never complain about a restaurant sanitation score. It's a double standard.
People who eat ass. Well, you're entitled to that opinion. Look, when they're eating ass, they have specifically consented to that ass specifically.
Yeah. It's about consent, man.
It is. The wording on that. God damn it. Oh my god.
Unpopular opinion: people with labor-intensive jobs should be granted early retirement by the government. Yes.
Yeah, agreed. Imagine being able to retire when you're 45. It's the dream.
Yeah. Unpopular opinion: female badass warrior heroes are played out. Badly written ones are.
Aloy.
Anyway.
See, I've seen good ones. I've seen great ones even. But it's the bad ones that are the problem, really. Not the entire character type entirely.
Nothing's played out. It's all execution.
Yep.
Unpopular opinion: I hate it when people clap along to music. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, unpopular opinion: if I'm watching a musical, that's not your cue to start singing along. Shut up, I'm trying to still watch a movie. I don't care if it's your favorite musical or that you like the music. Shut the fuck up, I'm vibing.
Yeah, that's why I hate concerts. It's just people screaming.
If you want an unpopular opinion, there's that one.
Yeah. Well, no, I just fucking hate live music.
Yeah.
It's just worse improvised versions of songs I like with people screaming over them.
Yeah. I see where you're coming from.
Unpopular opinion: Cards Against Humanity is a shit game. All the comedy is derived from the cards, none from the player. It's awkward as fuck and full of forced laughter. And the cards aren't even funny, and whether or not you win is based entirely on luck and not how you play the cards. A funny card will win no matter what the scenario. Okay,
question. Which version of Cards Against Humanity are you playing? Because if you're playing one of the earlier versions, there are actually a lot of really funny cards in there that got removed because they were too offensive, even though it's the card game for terrible people.
I agree in the sense I disagree in that it's fun, but I agree that it's not a well-designed game, but it's also not supposed to be.
It's a party game. It's not supposed to be tactical or anything like that.
Yeah, this is like complaining about the game balance of I Spy.
Yeah.
It's just a thing to occupy your time.
Where's Waldo is too unbalanced.
Where the fuck is that bastard?
Where the fuck is Waldo?
Unpopular opinion: chocolate shouldn't have fruit. There's nothing I despise more than fruits covered in chocolate, especially fucking oranges. Candied oranges that are covered in chocolate are the devil. I'd rather lose my taste buds than eat chocolate-covered orange slices. Don't get me started on mint or coconut chocolate. Oh my fucking god! The only exception to this rule is strawberry, I guess. That's all.
You're
a hypocrite, sir.
You're
a hypocrite, sir.
I would disagree.
Yeah, I like candied orange slices of chocolate.
Dude, mint and chocolate is a great fucking combination. I don't know what this guy's on. One of my favorite ice cream flavors is mint chocolate chip. Reminds me of all those people who are like, yeah, why do you like mint chocolate chip? It tastes like toothpaste. And I'm like, when was the last time you brushed your teeth?
Yeah. Unpopular opinion: if you're a guy with bad hair or hairline, just shave it off. Well, no, because how are we supposed to make fun of them then?
Oh god. Oh no.
Yeah, I mean, honestly. Unpopular opinion. I hate good listeners. I hate talking to good listeners. They always ask follow-up questions, but it honestly feels like they're treating a conversation like an RPG and trying to unlock the entire dialogue tree.
Well,
They sometimes use this as a defense so they don't have to talk about themselves, leaving the conversation one-sided. It's doubtful that they really care what you're saying if they're trying to max their listener status. They're probably not getting any real benefit out of the interaction either, so the situation is unsustainable. It honestly lately feels like introverts realize they can be good listeners so they don't have to open up about themselves ever and still keep friendships, but they don't realize it's obvious that it's helping neither party.
you do realize the alternate is just them asking, wait, what did you say? What?
Yeah.
Could you say that again?
This guy's ranting about abstract concepts, and I'm just like, okay.
I hate people who like to have conversations about things.
It's just so funny to me. I hate good listeners. You should
good...
listen worse.
God. Fuck's sake. It's like, if you're telling somebody something, why don't you want them to ask questions about it? Don't you want to give them more information?
I feel like this guy... I feel like this guy is ranting about a specific person who calls himself a good listener, but probably really isn't one.
Yeah.
And he's just projecting it to all quote-unquote good listeners.
Yeah, I don't get this guy. Like, he got, like, really, really specific there, too, with, like, friggin' a psychological deconstruction of good listeners.
This guy's projecting something.
They're introverts who want to feel good about themselves so that they don't have to actually talk about themselves. If they were introverts, they wouldn't be fucking talking to you.
Yeah.
They would be at home playing their PS4 or Switch or watching movies.
Yeah. Unpopular opinion. Paywall websites like Wall Street Journal should be banned from Reddit. Yes.
Yes.
Actually, I just fucking hate paywall news sites.
They should be banned.
Just banned
in general.
Yeah. President Biden, could you do something about the Wall Street Journal? I really hate their website.
This is your last free article for the month. You should subscribe to the Wall Street Journal.
Unpopular opinion. Oh, this is a complex one. Unpopular opinion. Healthy food is too expensive or difficult is a myth and a convenient excuse to avoid eating well.
It depends.
Top comment. Health isn't expensive. Convenience is.
Yeah.
The big issue for most is that a salad at McDonald's is $8, but I can get a burger for $4 or $5.
Yep.
Convenient healthy food is expensive, and that's a whole separate tinfoil hat conversation.
Yep.
And someone had a great fucking point where they said something like, cheap, convenient, healthy. You can only have two.
Yep. Because, like, you can eat cheap and healthy, but you have to put in a lot of work to actually make it. You can have something that's cheap and convenient, but it's probably not going to be healthy.
Yeah. And you can have something that's healthy and convenient, but it's not going to be cheap.
Yep.
Yeah. That's a complex thing. It's not a myth. Some people might use it as an excuse. It really just depends.
Yeah. I understand where some people are coming from, but if you really, really want to eat more healthy, like especially if you want to be on like a diet or something, that's something you have to really push yourself towards doing. It's not something you can just kind of sort of lazy your way into doing.
Unpopular opinion. Someone yelling during an argument doesn't make them lose the argument. A person's tone has nothing to do with how correct their position is. Your yelling does not make any point you make less strong.
I mean, yeah, but probably don't shout at people.
Top comment. I think this stems from the fact that in order to have a productive conversation, things should be talked about with level-headedness.
Yeah.
Raising your voice, threatening, and name-calling are all seen as a loss of credibility due to the fact that your emotions have started to take over and your thought processes now become irrational.
Mm-hmm.
I agree, but sometimes that's the goal of the other person, to go ad hominem and try to make you get emotional. It's an attempt to kill the argument because they've lost, so they use veiled personal attacks like, oh, you just don't understand, to get the other person to take offense and push for an emotional argument. If they can get you angry while they stay calm, they win, and these types are called sociopaths.
Oh, God.
OP, you are correct, but it's complicated.
It is, yeah. Conversation is a two-way street.
Unpopular opinion: if you bring fish to work for lunch, you're an asshole.
What?
You know the whole thing about microwaved fish.
Oh yeah. I mean, you're not an asshole because, like, but I mean,
If you hate it so much, get HR to make a rule against it. If it's not against the rules, I don't fucking care.
Yeah, it's whatever.
Yeah. Unpopular opinion: I hate the outfits actresses wear at award shows and premieres.
Yeah.
The guys get to wear regular, albeit very fancy suits, but for some reason every year it's a spectacle for the women. None of them even look comfortable or anything that like what the actresses choose to wear at normal events. It feels like it's just using them to showcase the designers' weird fringe experiments.
Yep.
It gives me super weird vibes, like the actresses are just dolls to dress up and bring show and tell. And it feels like another form of objectification since the outfits end up as the center of the attention.
You've done
this
it.
This feels specifically directed at that one woman who wore like a chain as a top.
Yeah. You've done it. You've boiled down the fashion industry to its bare essentials.
Yeah, I don't really have a strong opinion on it. It's whatever. I think I enjoy it just because I think I like seeing crazy shit.
It's
like
fun.
When
it's fun
Lady
watching
Gaga
how
wears
crazy
it. Like when Lady Gaga wears all meat dress.
The meat dress. Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, like I want shit like that in my life. So you know.
Well, you know, she was born this way.
You know what? Yeah. You know, I disagree. I think it's a good thing because it's very funny to laugh at on Twitter.com.
That's the only reason I'll say that is just because it's funny.
Yeah.
Technically, you're right, but also consider, damn, it's funny to make fun of.
Unpopular opinion: teenagers shouldn't be pressured to drive.
Agreed.
My unpopular opinion is that nobody should be pressured to drive, and we shouldn't have such a car-dependent society. But since we live in one, I do think it's kind of important.
Yeah.
Until we restructure all of our fucking cities to be walkable and livable, I do think people learning to drive is important.
Yeah, like in today's society, yeah.
You shouldn't have to be, but I feel like it's a problem if you aren't, I guess. Whatever.
Well, with teenagers specifically, I feel like there's less that you should like be pushing on them like that.
Right. Yeah. Unpopular opinion: sushi tastes better without soy sauce.
I'm gonna have to, as someone who really likes sushi, gonna have to do a strong It depends. It depends on the kind of sushi, because nigiri sushi, where it's just like the fish and the rice, and maybe with a little strip of wasabi on it, I actually do like to dip it in the soy sauce a little bit. But if I'm eating like a sushi roll or something, there's enough flavor in there that I can just eat it on its own, and I don't need the extra salt content.
Yeah.
So like it depends on the kind of sushi.
Yeah, the real thing is that the soy sauce is going to overpower whatever the fuck else is there. So if it's something you want to actually taste by itself, don't use it.
Well, a very light dipping of soy sauce can actually help with the flavor, and like it can actually help with that.
I'm sure. I don't know. Soy sauce is strong. I feel like it would kind of overpower things that don't have strong flavors of their own.
Yeah. To be fair, yeah.
It's like ketchup, but for Asian food.
Oh God, you're a little correct.
Unpopular opinion: the commercialized and ritual aspect of weddings is ridiculous. Yes.
Yeah.
Fuck the wedding industry
Just,
and the funeral industry.
Look, just go to a court, sign a paper that says you're married, and go.
Mm-hmm. Unpopular opinion: people who do dangerous things for the sake of it aren't brave, they're dumb. They can be both.
They can be both. Why not both?
It's brave to be dumb. It's dumb to be brave.
Yeah. It's dumb to be brave, especially if you're Brave, the movie by Pixar. That was a whole joke.
Unpopular opinion: beyond wrestling, I can't see the appeal of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
But he's
okay. He's an okay voice actor, I guess.
He's an okay voice actor. He's actually a very entertaining personality in general.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think he's pretty entertaining.
Yeah. I don't think he's an amazing actor, but he's a fun guy to watch.
Remember when he voiced Cliff Jumper for 5 minutes?
Yeah.
And then died?
Mm-hmm. Unpopular opinion: real Christmas trees are better than fake Christmas trees.
Gonna have to
Yes, until you have to clean up afterward.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to strong disagree on that one, just out of convenience's sake.
It is, but you have to really not mind cleaning up.
Yeah.
Unpopular opinion: cocaine should be legalized. Sure, fuck it, why not? Let's see how fast these motherfuckers can go.
Let's see how fast these motherfuckers can go.
Legalize all the drugs.
Oh, jeez. Didn't you make like a Danganronpa TXT about that?
Yeah, it's literally what I was referencing, yeah.
I want to see how fast motherfuckers can go.
Mm-hmm.
God, that reminds me of the fucking post where it's just like, we've never seen a gorilla lift, so we don't know what the peak of their power is.
Yeah. Unpopular opinion: if you have a one that got away, you are immature and need to learn how to let your past go. If you let it define you, sure,
Yeah.
but I feel like I let people be sad.
Yeah, let people have their sorrows. Come on.
I don't think we should invalidate regrets or anything unless they really let it define their life.
Yep, I agree.
Unpopular opinion: nuts don't belong in chocolate. You're gonna have to specify which nuts.
Yeah, are we talking like... Now, I'm not big on almonds, but like...
I don't like almonds. Like, I love peanuts. I don't like almonds. I like walnuts. I don't like almonds.
Yeah.
I don't like pecans. Or cashews. I hate cashews. Although normally you don't cover cashews in chocolate, but I just hate cashews.
I like cashews on their own, but when you try to like add chocolate, it's just... Ugh.
Did you know that cashews come from a fruit?
Yes, I do.
Thank you, Tobuscus.
And it's actually harder to harvest them without like poisoning them, which is why they're more expensive than regular nuts.
Yeah.
Cashews are weird.
Unpopular opinion: there is absolutely no reason to sigh or moan loudly when using the restroom, and it's disgusting. They typed in the bathroom.
Okay, but consider this.
Yeah.
That shit was good. Look, if I have a nice shit, I'm allowed to enjoy it.
I'm just saying, if it's a really bad shit, there's gonna be noises.
Yeah,
I can't help that.
if it's a mean one, like, oh man, don't judge me, okay?
Eat your fiber.
I'm struggling for my life.
Kids, eat your fiber. Drink your water. Unpopular opinion: McDonald's fries are horrible.
If you leave them out for too long, but like when they're fresh, they're damn good.
Yeah, they go bad quickly though.
They do, and that's really the problem.
Yeah. This guy, I get the feeling this guy only door dashes.
Yeah.
Stop closing the bag! Grubhubbers, Door Dashers, Uber Eatsers, stop closing the fucking bag. You're just making everything soggy.
But yeah, like, nice, fresh McDonald's fries are fucking amazing. Like, when they're fresh, they're the best in the game.
Yeah. Unpopular opinion: I don't think the Polar Express movie is bad. Me neither.
Me neither. I actually like it. I actually don't understand everyone who says it looks creepy. Because I don't feel like it's photorealistic enough to actually meet the uncanny valley threshold.
I can see why some people think it's uncanny, but I think you can get used to it. Like, I don't think it's anywhere near as ugly as something like Mars Needs Moms or anything.
I will give them one exception about that movie, though.
Yeah.
The Steven Tyler elf is weird.
Yeah, a little bit. But no, I actually like the Polar Express. It has a interesting atmosphere to it. It's a very atmospheric movie for its demographic.
Yeah, I actually find it to be a very underrated like Christmas movie these days.
Yeah.
Or rather, overhated.
Unpopular opinion: suspenders are superior to belts. Yeah, if you're a fucking nerd.
Who are you, Urkel?
Get out of here, Poindexter, or we're gonna dunk you in the toilet.
Did I do that?
Unpopular opinion: gourmet ramen isn't worth it.
I don't know.
I gotta read the. Does he mean like packaged? Packaged, yes. At a ramen shop, no. It's fine.
Yeah, at a ramen shop. I don't know. I eat like the $1.24 cups of like curry ramen, and those are damn good.
Yeah, this guy seems to. I'm reading this guy seems to be complaining about like pop-up stores in like the San Fran area with the hipster tax. Yeah, that stuff sucks. But if you go to a genuine ramen place though, it's better than anything you can get packaged.
God, that just reminds me of like one time I went to the dentist, and when we were done with the dentist, we looked over, and it turns out there was like a brand new ramen shop that had just opened up, and I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's get some ramen after I'm done at the fucking dentist.
Unpopular opinion: comparing my suffering to people who have it worse actually does make me feel better. It depends on what it is.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just really fucking not appreciated. When it reaches "there's starving children in Africa" tier,
Yeah.
you've gone too far. Sometimes people need to be put into their place and learn perspective, that their situation isn't as bad as they're making it out to be.
Yeah.
And other times you're just trying to get a kid to eat vegetables, and you feel the need to fucking compare them to third world starving children, and you're a dick.
Reminds me of the Powerpuff Girls episode with like the broccoli aliens.
Yeah.
Love that episode.
Unpopular opinion: I don't get how people sleep laying down on their backs. It's not comfortable.
Yeah, I either sleep on my side or on my chest, actually.
I usually sleep on my right side, and sometimes on my left if I'm just not feeling the right side. I don't like sleeping on my back. It's hard to fall asleep on my back, honestly.
Agreed. Yeah, I have the same
I don't think it's uncomfortable. I just have a hard time sleeping that way.
Yeah,
I don't
same.
know why. Unpopular opinion: COVID episodes and TV shows feel very forced and dumb.
They're gonna be outdated in a few years yet anyway, so like, yeah.
I was watching Law and Order and a scene some main characters go to the hospital. For some reason, everyone's in there wearing a mask except them, and they didn't say a word about it. I feel like the COVID episodes are dumb and only get feelings like we can make it through hard work or something. Meanwhile, none of the main cast are using social distancing or masks. That's my opinion. Maybe it isn't right, but it's what I felt.
Yeah, okay, sure.
I think I've only really seen this when it was somewhat incorporated into the last season of Brooklyn Nine-Nine. But it was also very loose, and it was, because of the time skip, it felt more like post height of pandemic. So, and they weren't really in a lot of like super public spaces a lot of the time, so it didn't feel too distracting to just acknowledge it. But yeah, I in cases like that, I guess it could feel the potential is there to feel forced and dumb.
Yeah.
Like I think I said at the start, I was like, you're gonna see a lot of stories not take place in 2020 in the future.
Yep.
Unpopular opinion: hot coffee on peanut butter toast is incredible.
What?
Are you just pouring coffee on peanut butter toast?
Huh?
You heard me right. Tried pouring hot coffee on peanut butter toast, and it's insanely good. My new morning breakfast. I recommend eating it with a fork to minimize the mess. And before you whine about it'll be soggy, you just need to pour a little, like syrup. Eat it quickly before it has a chance to turn soggy. Think about it. These things are great separately, right? Coffee, toast, peanut butter. Why not combine them? Oh yeah, you know what else is great separately? Sardines and vanilla pudding. I don't mix them together. And this guy's like, if you want to get really wild, throw a piece of bacon on that bad boy.
Oh my god, what are you, Elvis?
Someone's like, oh, top comment, what about just dipping the peanut butter toast in the hot coffee? I mean, I dip a lot of different breads and pastries in my coffee. And he's like, oh, that could work. I didn't think about dipping it.
I didn't think about dipping it.
You should think about dipping it. You might have less of a mess that way.
Just pour a little bit of it on there, like syrup. God damn it. What the fuck, people? Y'all eat weird.
Unpopular opinion: Winona Ryder is a bad actor.
I don't have enough frame of reference to say yes or no.
Was she Ramona? Who was Ramona?
Ramona was Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
Oh, it had a win in it. I got confused.
Yeah. Yeah, Winona Ryder is like an older actress from like the 90s.
Okay. Because Mary Elizabeth Winstead was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you know that Winona Ryder was the original choice to play Cutie Honey for the English dub of New Cutie Honey, but they couldn't get Winona Ryder, so they cast Jessica Calvello instead.
Jesse, what the fuck are you talking about?
Thanks.
Unpopular opinion: pure white Christmas lights are ugly as sin. Yes.
Yes.
They're a good accompaniment to other more colorful lights.
Like,
they're good as part of an ensemble, but if you just have pure white Christmas lights, that's just ugly.
blue, green, yellow, red, boom.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, the white light should accent the other colors.
Yeah, like break it up a little bit. Like break up the colors a little bit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Unpopular opinion: brides who choose to film the moment the groom sees her in her dress are narcissistic and fake. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I mean, okay. If they choose to film it, sure. If they put it on TikTok, yes.
Yes.
If you want to film important moments in your life for your own private use, that's fine.
Yeah.
If you're trying to get clout from it, then yeah, that's narcissistic.
Look at my gorgeous wife.
Whoa, what?
You
I don't
could
even
never.
get it. I don't get wedding dresses aren't even sexy. I don't even get it.
Ow.
Unpopular opinion: Disneyland has rides for both kids and rides for older individuals. Some which leave you scared shitless with a huge adrenaline boost to your body. Thus, saying Disneyland is only for kids is ridiculous. Who says that? Have you not seen the Disney adults?
Yeah, I literally follow a number of people on Twitter who are just super into Disney.
No, that's an old stereotype. There are some there's an entire cult of adults that go to Disneyland.
Also,
and I think they're weird, but not because they go to Disneyland.
God,
but because they make going to Disney parks their entire personality.
It makes me think of it makes me wonder because I went to Kings Island recently, and the friggin' I can hear your mom in the back.
You're talking to the dog.
Yeah, I know, I hear it. Doggy. I'm sorry. I'm distracted. Okay. I'm sorry. Okay, okay. Let's try that again. But the rides at Kings Island are those things are fucking intense, and I can imagine that Disney and their rides and roller coasters are similarly intense.
Yeah.
So little kids would not be able to handle that most of the time, I don't think. Really little kids, yeah.
Unpopular opinion: sometimes I talk to myself out loud, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yep, I talk to myself all the time. Unpopular opinion: I buy ramen just for the broth. You're weird.
What the fuck?
You're weird.
You're
Get
weird.
chicken stock. What are you, an idiot? Just buy stock.
The cubes are cheaper and right there.
Unpopular opinion: Girl Scout cookies are overrated. No, they're great. They're just overpriced.
Yep, agreed.
Unpopular opinion: there should be a law restricting fake online reviews. Yeah, but good luck enforcing it.
Yep, pretty much.
Unpopular opinion: Bakugo Katsuki from My Hero Academia was annoying as hell before the second year of UA. I'm not touching that one.
That's a whole ass thing. Woof. Oh, jeez. I love how we have all these mundane ones, and then there's just fucking weeb. Bakugo Katsuki was so fucking annoying.
Unpopular opinion: I don't think companies should have any say over how their product is placed or used in a movie. If they paid for it, they should.
Yeah. Yeah, it's their product, and they want it to be, presented in as good of a light as possible, so, they kind of have a right to that.
Unpopular opinion: Big Macs are the worst thing on the McDonald's menu.
Have you... No, because their breakfast burrito exists.
Oh, yeah, you hate the breakfast burrito.
The breakfast burrito was fucking terrible. It was overpriced. There was not enough anything on it. It literally tasted exactly like a friggin' dollar store frozen breakfast burrito, but with slightly better cheese. Not worth it. Fuck that. Don't buy their breakfast burrito.
Unpopular opinion: integrating disabled children into the normal school curriculum isn't a good idea. Top comment: it should be case by case. There are definitely some children who can't cope in a traditional classroom setting due to severity of their level of physical or intellectual disability. This doesn't mean ones who aren't so impaired by their disability to the degree they shouldn't be allowed to if they feel they're competent enough.
Yeah, pretty much. It's case by case. Some kids can handle it.
Which unfortunately the system is really bad at.
Yeah.
Unpopular opinion: kids that are mature for their age are usually irritating. They can be.
They can be.
Unpopular opinion: subtitles on foreign language movies are fantastic. Dubbing really ruins a great movie.
Agreed.
Yeah, I implore you to reconsider. Yeah, I had to watch the dubbed version of fucking. Oh, what the fuck? It was like a wuxia film. Which one was it? Was like, what's like the most popular wuxia film? It was probably that one.
I'm thinking of like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
It might have been.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to watch like the dubbed version of that. It's so bad. They're always bad.
They're always so bad. Like I have that Criterion collection of like Godzilla movies.
Yeah.
And half of those movies have dubs, and the dubs are just so bad.
Unpopular opinion: having machismo pissing contests about strong grip handshakes is stupid. Yeah, everyone knows it's about flexibility. Ooh. Got gamer thumbs. What the unpopular opinion: I like being sick.
What?
I'm talking about illness, mild fevers on the couch, best blankets in the house, some ginger ale, vodka. Okay, if he's talking about just having like a mild fever, I kind of get that.
It's sort of, but like it's so weird to just say I like being sick.
Here's the thing. Okay, if you're talking about just like a fever where you just have to like lie down on the couch and have ginger ale and play Xbox, like he says here, that's fine. Whatever. You know, there's something to be said about that. If you're feeling like all gunky and you got like runny or like clogged nose and you're coughing, that's awful, and I don't see how anyone could like that.
Agreed.
But if it's just like one of those like heat stroke or like a fever thing where you just need to kind of lie down, I kind of get that. But like as soon as like fluids and stuff get involved, no, it's awful.
Yeah, agreed.
Wash your hands.
Wash your hands.
Oh boy. Unpopular opinion: I don't get the criticisms of NFTs.
Oh god, no. No. No.
I'm fully aware that the topic of the environment is hot, no pun intended. Waka waka, he'll be here all week. We're all trying to rightfully lower our collective impact in an attempt to stall ecological catastrophe and buy ourselves more time to come up with a plan that ensures the future generation can live on a planet not teetering on the brink of disaster, widespread famine, etc. No, we shouldn't be thinking about our collective impact. We should be thinking about the impact of specifically like 100 corporations. Also the Chinese government.
Also, please consider that NFTs are a fucking scam.
But I thought it was common knowledge that the internet was already an energy-hogging anti-green nightmare concoction we've all seemed all too quiet to agree is a necessary evil. I wasn't in that. I didn't get the memo on that one.
I didn't say that.
But by pure virtue of us using it en masse and adopting the practice of owning multiple devices that are all switched on at any given time, the trade-offs are worth it. Though I think this person doesn't understand where like the mass of pollution is coming from.
It's not us,
like,
guy.
He's getting to the point where it's like, if you use any energy at all for anything, you're a hypocrite.
Yeah.
Like, no, there's a reasonable consumption level to be had, and most people are in that. I thought the obvious criticism of NFTs is that they're spinning the once free into a financialized web. I don't want everything to be about money all the time, and I'm sure not alone in believing that. I don't think exaggerating the cost to the environment makes much sense when you start realizing how much energy is used to do routine, simple things online you perform every single day without fail. I don't think you understand that.
I don't think you do.
Don't get me wrong, I don't like NFTs. I think the criticism is warranted. I just think the masturbatory in-group criticism about how damaging they are is hypocritical nonsense by people who probably couldn't even tell you how the internet works.
Do you know how the internet works?
Yeah. This guy did his own research. And I mean,
John
he did his own
get off
research.
of Reddit.
He did his own research. Let's just say that he did his own research.
Yeah.
Unpopular opinion: green tea tastes like garbage. No, fuck you.
No, fuck you.
Unpopular opinion: cheese takes away from pizza. What the fuck?
No, fuck you. What?
Unpopular opinion: I love getting older. Okay, go join the death cult. Fuck you. Unpopular opinion: the internet should only be available to people the age 16 and above. Good luck enforcing that, first of all. I don't... That's a... No.
That's a whole ass thing.
I think parents should be parents.
Agreed.
Yeah, I don't think that's like anything that needs to be regulated in that way. And let's just do one last one. Unpopular opinion: Sega treats their fans better.
Well,
I'm honestly sick of Nintendo and Rockstar shutting down fan projects and mods, and they'll say, oh crap, like it'll hurt the sales, it won't ruin anything. If anything, it'll make them more popular. Well, Sega will treat their fans like real fans. You won't see them taking down Sonic ROM hacks, you won't see them taking down fan-made music, you won't see them take down fan games. Nintendo just does whatever they can to hate their fans, the same with Rockstar. This is the truth here.
To be fair, there is literally a Sonic fan game expo. So they're kind of right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a hard time like arguing against that, especially with what Rockstar has been doing lately and how poorly Nintendo's been handling their own shit.
Yeah.
That's I've said it before, but like I grew up with Nintendo. I love Nintendo. I love their stuff. I love their games, but man, they make it hard to like them sometimes.
Mm-hmm. And we could literally go on forever, but that's enough for a lightning round, I think.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. And with that is the show, Kevin.
Ah, yes it is. I'd say it was a pretty good one.
Yeah. If you want to be part of the show, you can email at us at bakagaijinshow@gmail.com and drop us your comments, questions, concerns, hate mail, sexy fan art, spam links, whatever. We'll join your multi-level marketing scheme, whatever. It's fine. You could also join our Discord server in the link provided below. Follow us on Twitter at ZekeFreak and at CCharmanderK. And be good to each other. That's
And if you do wish, please check out my YouTube channel. I make shit posts there now.
Yes, do that. What's it called?
Kevin Faulkner.
Okay.
Just my name.
Yeah, just okay. And with that has been the Baka Gaijin Show. Hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to like and subscribe if you want to see more of the show. If you don't want to see more of the show, get out of here. We don't need you.
My name is Mr. Wilson.
Get out of here. This has been the Baka Gaijin Show. Zeke Freak out. Ciao, ciao for now.